Live.
Hello and welcome back to Tyranny of Flagons, where me and a bunch of my backwoods bastards like to get together and we like to play Dungeons and Motherfucking Dragons. Tonight we are in session 5 of our newest campaign, where we last left off. The Lords of Nightstone were engaged in a bitter combat within the Shriekwood, where they were fighting against a trio of devils which had been conjured into this dark forest and seemed to be cooperating with a white draconic-ish figure who was responsible for binding them to this plane. The party defeated the devils, and we had probably one of my favorite combat moments where Archinox, surrounded by 3 devils, 3 high-level devils too, did not relent and become intimidated by them, but actually made them scared of him. A very bold move. We also had you popping around through the shadows and doing all sorts of cool spellcastery shit. Goldbrand falling into his niche as a support/healer, still dealing out a pretty hefty chunk of damage. Davos popping off with them smites, and Pandora doing what she do and popping in and out of that cat dimension, flinging arrows all the while. As the party defeated them, they came to study the site a little more and found that what they originally had thought to be a summoning circle was actually a circle to bind a devil or a foreign entity from another plane to this plane, which was a revelation of sorts to them. After clearing that out, Davos keenly noticed that the draconic figure did not intervene with them slaying his hard-earned devils, and probably was not local as a result of that. The party investigated the Tower of Bone, which, after finding its concealed and trapped entrances, discovered quite a few things inside, a magical orrery that represented the inner and outer planes, as well as several tomes of knowledge on anatomy, on dragons, on all sorts of things that they thought would be rather useful. After pocketing a few things, they found a concealed doorway, and after descending into this subterranean area, they found that they were magically compelled to get the fuck out of there. All 5 of our party members failing the check for the suggestion, a very powerful spell, not only in level but in the magnitude of its casting. The party fled the Tower of Bone and returned to Maple's hut, where Tabitha and Maple were filled in on the events. And after patching themselves up a bit from their fight with the devils, returned to the Tower of Bone into the subterranean workshop of this draconic figure. Finding weird remnants and patchwork pieces of creatures that were put together by this foul entity. They also found a deadly trap placed in the floor that would have, if they had walked in while injured, very well may have killed them. They proceeded to loot a few other things, finding some valuable gems and jewels, a mysterious tome, which seemed to be important, and some miscellaneous material components for casting spells. The party raided them and trashed the place, but upon climbing to the top of the steps, found that it had magically repaired itself and put everything back exactly the way it was when they entered. Deciding that this place was freaky-deaky and that they didn't want to fuck with it, the party then head out and returned to pick up Tabitha. Tabitha, having gained a little bit more strength after her battle with the Pit Fiend, made her way with the party to begin returning to the West Wind Wyvern. However, along the way, Pandora heard a very familiar voice ringing in her ear as the arcane earring began to activate. And she heard her sister's voice say, "Need you here. Fearsome flume sabotaged. Something wrong in tunnels. Spiders surging into city. We're fortifying entryways. City is falling into panic. Skullport is under siege." And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we pick up tonight on Tyranny of Flagons! And we're back. As we return to the eerie location that is the Shriekwood, Pandora, you find that you have an opportunity to respond to your sister. For this earring does give you the opportunity to respond to that message. What do you say as you hear your sister's panicked voice in your ear?
Do I have a limit on how much I can say?
It is technically 25 words. It is the sending spell.
Let's see.
Let's see.
No.
No.
Fucking, it's just like the fucking D&D movie. I swear to God, that's like the most realist fucking shit I have ever watched.
Didn't count, did it? Yes.
Be right there. Trying to think if I have any orders.
Trying to think if I have any orders.
Lock down the city completely.
Lock down city completely.
10-ish? 8, 9?
I think you're at 8, yeah.
I can't really think of anything else I can command her to do because she's good at ruling. She knows what lock down the city means.
No, yeah. Yeah, she's ruled in your absence for quite a while now throughout the 7 years, so she definitely knows what to do. Keep in mind that you do have, she's used her sending to message you, and that's the same sending to return your message. You do have one each day that you can send to her and get a message response back. So keep that in mind as you guys are making your way there. With that, you guys are in the Shriekwood. We'll expedite this just a wee bit to get you guys down on back to the clearing. I imagine with a good bit of haste, you make your way back to where the Westwind Wyvern dropped you off. And upon entering the clearing, you hear Kaya, the spotter, the old spotter actually, picking up her old position, whistle loudly, and the ship begins to descend. I imagine Arcanox, you fly up and meet Tajin halfway as they lower an enormous gangplank to allow the rest of you to climb on board. Tajin welcomes you back to the ship and is rather thankful to see you all alive and in one piece. He asks you, were you able to find Vikura? And was he able to open the chest?
In a way. But we did get the chest though.
He looks a little confused, but then as he looks at the people walking up the gangplank and sees a water ganassi that he's unfamiliar with, and having met both Z and Vikura, he sort of puts two and two together. And sort of bows slightly as he introduces himself to you, Yuan. I am unfamiliar if you have any recollection of me. I am Captain Tajin. As he says Captain, he sort of looks over to Arcanox. First mate Tajin of the Westwind Wyvern. It's a pleasure to have you aboard.
You said I got most of my memories back, so I guess I would recognize them at this point.
It's almost like seeing somebody you know from high school that you haven't seen in a long time. It's like, oh yeah, I kind of remember. We had like PE together, right? You
Yeah.
kind of like have very vague memories.
I give him a sort of weird, awkward half bow back, and I say, my name's Yuan. Nice to meet you again.
The pleasure is mine. You were able to open the chest. I must admit I'm rather curious as to what Imerith had locked away.
I don't know. Goldbrand thinks he knows what it would be when we talk about it. I don't know what he would call it. A big blue mask. Looked like a dragon's head.
Was that all that was in it?
Yeah.
There was that, and then there was a parchment written in that same ancient draconic as the Nightstone. Didn't seem like enchanted or magical or anything. Just seemed like almost like notes. As you say big mask, his eyes sort of perk up a bit. He goes, interesting. Might I see this mask?
Who's got the chest? I guess that's up to them.
I
I think we
Arcanox has it.
gave it to Ark.
Let's see.
Yeah, I think it's what we have. Yeah. Yeah, pass it over to Tajin.
I'll look at him warily for a second and say, whatever you do, don't put that on.
I know that you have just remade my acquaintance, but am I almost offended that you would think me so foolhardy as to risk putting on such an ancient and powerful artifact. And I'm gonna DM side-eye Davos, who's not here.
I know. I was literally about to
Make
point
fun.
be like, well, that one almost did it. So
Same.
Davos like shrinks a little bit. Like I was just gonna see like what it looked like on the inside. I wasn't gonna actually put it on. If you say the command word and make the larger chest appear, you pull the mask out and hand it to him. He's almost hesitant to touch it, but takes it and holds it in his hand and stares at the eye sockets and goes, "I was worried as much. This is one of 5 masks that were crafted to resurrect Tiamat. While not all 5 are required to bring her back to this plane, when they are all together, it becomes a guarantee." He gives you the mask back and tells you to keep it safe. Should this fall into the Cult of the Dragon's hands, they will assuredly be able to bring her back. It is important to keep that well protected. With that in mind, Ark, where do you put the mask?
Put it back in the thing and make it go away first. Back in the chest.
I'd probably keep it back inside of the chest, and I'm assuming we have some kind of like vault on the Wyvern somewhere. I'm assuming we have like some vault. I'm pretty sure we have like a room full where we keep like cursed objects out of people's hands somewhere. I'm assuming.
We'll say that in your captain's quarters, there's like a some type of vaults to keep, whether it be booty or cursed objects or whatever. You open it and it's almost like you hear screaming from within as these cursed objects finally feel the light of day after so long, and you throw the box in and slam it.
I have a thought about what we can do with those. It would be hardest to breach in a place like Helm's. The city left me. Helm's Hold, did it? Sorry, I went down a whole rabbit hole. We need to get some anointed ground, some place that's been ceremonied or whatever, so fiends can't get it, and then we're gonna put it deep in a vault. I think that's what we should do with it.
You thinking?
Gringotts style.
Gringotts, yeah.
We know a vindicator that could help us get that thing put away in the long term.
Tajin will say, should we set a course for Helm's Hold then?
Oh, knows.
He
looks at
we
Pandora.
got pretty pressing matters back in Skullport.
It is sad to hear. We will make a course immediately for the fearsome flume. I don't know if anybody remembered, so he's gonna say,
Oh no. That wouldn't be wise. Oh, we did not hear that conversation. Goldbrand does not know that.
Oh, I imagine Pandora filled you guys in.
Oh yeah, no, I'd be in a panic.
Yeah, like she hears Avalon's voice in her ears and just like starts repeating it immediately, like, oh fuck, oh shit.
That strikes me as very high
Timmy's
level.
trapped in the well.
This strikes me as a very high level adventure thing. You get a message spell and your body automatically just starts spitting it out to the group.
Yeah. Somebody write this down.
No, we don't want to go. Is there another way to get in? So I'm asking Ark and Pandora. If the flume is damaged.
I remember there was. God, there was.
Yeah, you guys know there's several ways to get to the Underdark. The Underdark is a massive system of tunnels. There are several points you could get into and eventually get to Skullport. The most direct route, ironically enough, is actually just outside of Nightstone. There is a cave called the Dripping Caves, which the party had one of their first combats in. And that is the closest and most direct route you can think of to get to Skullport without having to go through, a Drow city, a Duragar city, an Illithid den. It to be the safest route, probably.
Underdark, man.
Is that the place where Tally heard Zephyr hear you for the first time?
Yes. Yes, you guys actually restored the passageway to the Underdark at Zafuhira's request.
Let's see.
Uh,
Okay. Oh
you
man,
guys,
so I see. We're gonna be getting into tunnels a lot sooner than I expected. Interesting.
Tajin will tell you, if it is Nightstone we are setting course for, it will be about 2 days until we get there.
Perfect.
And Pandora, you would know it's probably about 2 days of tunnels to travel through to get from Nightstone to Skullport. Because you are not only going geographically a good distance, you're also going incredibly deep. And it's not a straight line by any means. You are winding through tunnels. Hundreds of miles of tunnels.
We have some time. So I'll wait for her to tell us that.
I guess that's the way, like, I mean, the most direct way we could go.
I might help can speed us up, but I will need some rest to change to that spell. But if we have a couple of days of travel, I think we can rest. I can take the spell, we can travel, and then we can rest again. I think I can only cut out 2 days. We'll see.
But out 2 days. Oh shit. Okay.
I guess the
Here,
question
I'll send you
is
the spell.
where you get the rest. I could also do teleport or teleportation circle, but I would want that spell slot back after a rest. And
So
probably
I don't
wanna
think
swap
we're
it.
gonna avoid I don't think we're gonna cut out more than a day. Sorry, but I think we're gonna have to rest at least once. Is what I was trying to get out. I think at least twice. If we rest tonight, so what I want to do first, the first day of travel, before I forget, is I want to put a Mass Cure Wounds into Barb's Ring of Spell Storing. You still have the Ring of Spell Storing, right, Barb?
Yeah. I should.
And it can
Yeah,
only hold
fantastic.
up to 5th level?
I think it's up to 5th, yes.
And that's what
So,
I'll do.
Barb, on your, by the way, I'll say that in a second. On that ring, if you'll go to to where you can customize it on the notes, if you'll just put Mass Healing Word, or excuse me, Mass Cure Wounds, and then Goldbrand, this way we know it uses his modifiers and all that shit. It'll make it.
Okay.
Does it get interesting? I don't get any bonuses to that, so it don't matter.
Yeah, because remember when Bergen was putting it in there, it got his bonuses because he was fucking life cleric.
Okay. I don't see it in my.
I'll put that spell in chat. At the end of the first day, when we get our rest, I'm going to switch to this spell. I think it will be helpful.
Oh, I don't know if I ever had it in my inventory or if I just winged it. I don't see it.
Let me see.
I know at one point I did have it.
You know, I'm looking through here and I don't see it either. Did you give it to somebody?
No, did I maybe toss it when I was redoing my character sheet for this campaign? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Here's what we'll do. Everyone check your sheet just to make sure you don't have a Ring of Spell Stored. And if not, then we'll just add it to your sheet. That's not a big deal. But that is curious.
I'm I know I've used it.
Yeah, you had it for the finale of Drum Kings. Interesting.
Do not have one.
Yep.
Sam.
Gaseous form.
Yeah, do check that out. So, I know this sounds bad because it starts with Devin did math, but assuming I'm not terribly confused about how it works, it literally goes a mile a minute.
So, the issue with this is you transform a willing creature you touch.
Oh, is it only one? Shoot.
Yeah, you can't transform.
See.
I think you're thinking of there is a spell that does the whole party. I forget what it's called, but
I got you. Oh,
I think it's
this is only a 3rd level spell. The one I'm gonna cast is the big one. Give me a second. We can continue while I find that though. I didn't have it prepared, so I'll have to wait till after the first day.
dawn of the final day.
Yeah.
All right. How we proceed does depend on how you get there. So if you are going to cast this now, or is this thing you'd have to rest one night before?
I have to rest one night to get. Yes, sir. It's actually
I see.
Windwalk.
And Josh, you did say potentially teleport or teleportation circle.
Yeah, I could use. I don't have it prepared, so I would also have to rest. But I could drop a teleport to get us there. It would at least get us to Nightstone a day earlier. Although theoretically, I could teleport us straight to Skullport. Although that might be riskier because I'm not as familiar with the space.
Unless there's a circle in Skullport, Queen of Skullport.
Pandora would actually know.
I would assume so, since we've been friends this whole time. There would be some sort of way. I've been doing lots of renovations on the infrastructure, you know, it's really been using the tax dollars to improve the place.
It has been something that you guys have talked about, because Bergen has put one in New Orlebar, Helmshold, Nightstone. You know, there's several ways that you guys have interconnected. The problem with Skullport is that the ancient city that was before Skullport, the reason that the 13 skulls are still there, they actually prevent the same magic that binds them there prevents teleportation magic. Theoretically, you could teleport to another space in the Underdark, but I don't know if VZU has ever been anywhere besides that, because you've been to the Fearsome Plume to get to Skullport, which leads directly to it. So I don't know if you've been in any of those other spaces. So it would be risky to try to jump there. Not impossible, but a little risky.
Definitely scarier.
Yeah. Either way, it sounds like we're going to need a night's rest for either of these plans.
And that's why I'm doing Mass Cure Wounds in the Ring now, before this sleep.
Good call. You guys, Tajin calls out to the crew. They raise the masts, and eventually the ship rises up from the Shriekwood and begins to head westward. West Wind Wyvern. After you guys are airborne, Gideon comes up to you, Goldbrand, probably while you guys are still assembled, and goes, you see he has like 2 or 3 pages in front of him, and he goes like, here's my homework. I know you can barely read, so I'll save us both the time. He says, so the first vision I had was of a keep. It was covered in undead creatures of a broad variety. Some looked goblinoid, others humanoid. I recall specifically what appeared to be an eerie, gliding, skeletal monster. It almost looked like an octopus or something. Based on the architecture, I think that the keep was elven originally, but it appeared to be abandoned quite some time. Foliage indicates it to be on the northern part of the Sword Coast, somewhere on a mountainside. And I will allow Davos and Goldbrand to make a history check for me. I will do Davos if you would like me to, Devin.
How did he do research while he was on a ship?
You told him to do... Well, no, this was him trying to remember what he could from his visions.
Oh, that wasn't the assignment, though. It's okay.
You said 200 words.
I wanted his thoughts. I didn't want him to recap. I wanted him to interpret.
That's what he's doing. He's telling you, hey, this is what I think this keep is based on what I saw. He's found the architecture, the foliage. He's trying to pinpoint
that's what
where
I was like, how do you do this research on a ship? Goldbrand is going to listen to you said history. Sorry.
Yes.
I was working on it.
Neither one of you rolled well.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound familiar.
He'll encourage him though, so it's good you may have found the locations.
Oh, I haven't found where it is. I just know it's somewhere on the north of the Sword Coast. And I mean, hell, that's a fucking broad area. And a mountainside, I mean, there's hundreds of mountains across this place. I don't think it was as far north as the spine of the world. It didn't look like it was snow-capped. But I'll try to do some more star-keeping in the next few days and try to see what else I can figure out. The next place I saw was the Underdark. I saw scores of spiders and spider-like entities. It was a massive brood that spanned miles of tunnels. Some of them walked on 4 legs. Some stood upright. Some were a bastardization of spiders and humanoid. I don't know exactly where. I'm certain it was the Underdark and not just random tunnels or caves. And some entities seemed otherworldly, like demonic or abyssal in nature. I did see a few drow. They weren't hostile with these creatures, and I saw one specifically with a mark of Lolth. And I remember this because when me and Uncle Valkyr and Osvius were doing raids on Menzo Bernanzin to try to free slaves from there. I would see that symbol frequently in the city. So he knows that this is in the Underdark, hordes of spiders. Avalon also mentioned spiders surging into the city. So you believe that there is some type of connection here.
My first thought when he started talking was about that.
Yeah.
Goldbrand will fill him in on developments and let him know that they're actually going that direction currently, and that he appreciates the forewarning.
The last thing that I saw was a dragon, sort of. I mean, it had the presence of a dragon, but it was definitely a dragonborn. I mean, it was a strong build, he had a broad chest and horns, and he had a long sword in each hand. The end of his tail was almost like a club. But he had wings, like Tyranny and Arcanox.
We call these worm speakers, I think.
He kind of like makes a face at it, like, who the fuck would want to talk to worms?
Would you let me
I'm not sure, but it seems to be a powerful position. Would not engage one alone.
Well,
Go on.
What's curious is he has wings like you guys. Arcanox, how did you get your wings?
I got my wings when Sardior brought me back from certain death.
When you became his champion.
I was not always born with them.
That's when you got your scales were ruby, right?
Indeed.
And Tajin, what about you? And Tajin says, I was once a gold dragonborn before I became the champion of Bahamut. That is when my scales turned platinum, and I grew my wings. And Gideon's face kind of goes a little pale. He goes like, so the dragonborn who have wings are the champions of a dragon god.
Oh.
Yeah, now that you mention it.
That must be her champion. Her being Tiamat.
He kind of like shudders a little bit, like, well, whoever he is, he had this emblem on his chest. It was like 5 gemstones. And 4 of them were glowing, and as I was watching him, the 5th one, a sapphire, began to glow as well. And he seemed to take note of it. I don't know what that means exactly, but it just gives me the willies.
As it that chilled me and Goldbrand. Goldbrand might just be for the first time a sliver afraid. He's like, oh fuck. Interesting.
Oh, there's your fucking research, Dad. And he
did
gives you the
very well.
pages.
Goldbrand would. I don't know that he would have like. I use book loosely. It's more like sheafs of his assignments he's turned in, pressed between wooden planks, kind of deal. It's not a book per se, but he does have a way that he keeps them mostly secure.
Goldbrand keeps all of his kids' homework. That's so sweet.
I was gonna say he puts it on the fridge.
He keeps all the Star Keeper apprentices' homework because he's.
Oh, you know, as a result of that, actually, because he turned this in, he made a drawing of the emblem he saw.
Oh no!
And as I say, make a drawing. I'm hoping I can find it online.
That's okay. Oh well. All right. First things first. The spiders. Goldbrand. Or well, he just said he was there in front of everybody, so that's good. Well, you all heard that. Side note: Goldbrand takes time later, privately, to give a bunch of high praise to him later, because Goldbrand thought that was good. Just learning to be a Starkeeper.
Later, Gideon will be like, "Dad's proud of me."
For now.
Okay. You guys have you're en route. You have your information. Because you have some downtime, quote unquote, on the ship, I had a couple of things that you guys might want to do. You guys picked up quite a bit of required reading, we'll call it. You have 3 or 4 different books, or artifacts. You have Imerith's scroll, which is written in Draconic, meaning that Z, Ark, or Tajin can read it. You also have Denizens of the Circles 9, which is the book on fiends. That's in common, so anybody can read it. There's also the book on the Queen's Binding, which is also in Draconic. There's also the red and black leather book that was on the table in the center of the Circle of Death room. the Finger of Death rune. So those are your 4 options. And while you guys are talking about this, Akira and Kava, who are the paladin and cleric who joined the crew, overhearing this, they'll tell you that they have the capability to each cast comprehend languages. So they can make 2 of you be able to read any language. So if you want to read a book that you can't read, quote unquote, they can give you that capability.
Reading's for squares.
Reading is for squares. You could also choose to do something else with like your downtime if you're something that you would like to do. But I figured this would be a good way to pick up some new info from the library you raided.
Doesn't make terrible sense.
Hilariously. Oh yeah, you can't read. Don't do that.
Well, yeah, I want to give guidance to the readers. That's what I'm going to try to do. He wants to try to assist in any way that he can.
I also took comprehend languages just in case we were going to do this.
That's
I
funny.
didn't know what languages there were going to be.
In that case, 3 of you. So really, all of you could read any of these books. Because the ones that are, or excuse me, no. 4 of you, because one of the draconic readers is Tajin. 4 of you could read any of these books if you wanted to. With that in mind, do y'all have a preference of what you guys are going to be reading? I'll even be nice and allow multiple people to roll for the same book if you find something that you deem is of particular importance.
Is guidance concentration? Can I just walk down the line and plop, 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 and
I
apply
think
it
it's
to
like
everybody?
once you cast it a second time, the first one goes away.
Perhaps
it only lasts a minute, but I would allow you selfishly to continue.
It is concentration.
It is interesting. I don't know that. Your options for reading are Immorith's Scroll, On the Circle's 9, The Queen's Binding, something else.
The spooky book.
The anatomy
spooky book.
Oh,
the anatomy book. The anatomy book is really just on human anatomy. It's not something special to read. So Immorith's Scroll, Denizens of the Circle's 9, The Queen's Binding, spooky book.
I think we do that dude's spell book.
Man, I want to read the spooky book so bad, but I'm
Same.
afraid of the terrible repercussions. I'm still going to do it anyway.
Okay. Do me a favor, roll an investigation check, and we'll start with that one. The other 3 of you pick something to read.
I hate to do this for Davos, but we haven't taken a rest yet, right?
Not yet, no.
Can he cast protection from good and evil on Z before he starts reading?
If he has the spell prepared, or is that a cleric ability, or paladin ability?
It is a spell. I saw him reference it in chat last session or 2 sessions.
I remember it wasn't quite what we thought it was.
Protection from evil and good.
Oh,
I see what you said.
The spell ends. One willing creature you touch protected against certain types of creatures: aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. A disadvantage on attack rolls. Can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed. Or to charm, frightened, or possessed by a creature, target has advantage on new saving rolls. Okay, I mean, I would allow him to.
Did we check this thing to see if it had any magical, exuding magical properties or anything?
It was magical.
It was
big magical. It hurt Goldbrand to pick up, so Goldbrand would take it out of the bag when they get it out, just in case he gets popped again.
Because
do you do it with the mage hand again, or?
Yeah, I mean, I think we should probably take it out with the mage hand, and the mage hand can just disappear if it has to, whatever. But I'm also curious, what happens if I cast Dispel Magic on this? I don't want to dispel the magic of the book, but I'm curious if it would dispel any magical trappings or anything.
Make an Arcana check for me.
Okay.
This isn't going to be too terribly tough. We'll say a DC, we'll say 15.
I rolled a 10.
You, you don't think it would break the book. Dispel Magic doesn't, destroy magical artifacts. But you're not really certain how it would affect it.
I don't know. It feels dumb to do it almost. From a person who uses magic. But I don't feel like it would break it. I almost feel like it's safer to try it than not, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to die.
Again.
Yeah, I get
it. So V is going to read the spooky book. What are the other 3 of you reading?
I feel like because Pandora's not really particular.
I'm losing you.
or what she's going to have to, save her city.
So I lost a chunk of that in the middle. I heard Pandora's not really particular, something, protect her city.
She'd be pulling out like maps and other resources to better plan for when they get to Skullport.
Interesting. Okay, I'm going to have you roll a survival check for me. And I'm going to keep this in mind.
Oh, wow, -1.
Oh. You're looking at the maps, and it's difficult because, the Underdark is alive in a lot of ways. There are several burrowing creatures that make their way through the Underdark, and the tunnels are constantly, not all of them changing, but there are new routes that are opened up and some that collapse, and it is a living environment almost. You're looking through different maps you have of various that have been made throughout various times over the last 7 years. And you think you know pretty much where to go. A lot of it is going to be trying to figure it out in the moment, trying to figure out your direction and keep track of your direction underground and decide which way is the best way to go. You think you know just based on, having had to have this knowledge before. You've never walked these tunnels, I should specify. You've always taken the Fearsome Flume, because walking the tunnels to Nightstone to Skullport is dangerous. It's an unnecessary risk. And just takes longer than the 10-minute trip down the Flume. So you're apprehensive of it at best.
Oh boy.
I'm sorry. That's I will keep that in mind. There's only that'll be spoilers, so we'll get to that in a second. Devin, you can have Davos choose to read one of these.
I was about to say, Davos wants to. If Ark doesn't want the one about summoning Tiamat, I think he would do that. If Ark's not going to read that one, he'll probably read the encyclopedia.
Yeah, that's one I want to read.
Okay. So Ark's reading the Queen's Binding. V's reading the Spooky Book. Davos is going to read the encyclopedia on the Fiends.
I think so. Yes.
Tajin, upon hearing you guys divvy this up, he'll offer to try to translate Imerith's scroll, because it's also interconic. With that in mind, everyone who's reading, roll an investigation check. Devin, if you'll roll for Brandon for me.
Give us all guidance simultaneously.
15!
Yeah, can I?
Okay.
If this takes longer than like 30 minutes, he could theoretically like walk around and just cast it every minute or minute and a half.
It's going to take a good bit of time. This is like on the hours of the rest of the day, because you're reading thick text. Oh, very nice, you won.
Do you want them to roll their guidances, or do you want me to roll it?
Roll one and we'll just use it for everybody.
Yeah, it's gonna be the easiest way. Oh no, do the thing.
And then Arcanox, if you'll roll an investigation check for me as well.
It's a 3.
Not bad.
Hey, that puts me over 25. I'll take it.
11.
We'll start with Davos. Davos is reading Denizens of the Circle's 9. He learns that most fiends do not waver at radiant magic. They're not vulnerable to it from a mechanical perspective. Most are immune to fire and poison damage, which you guys sort of learned in your combat. And many of them resist cold damage. With a 15, an 18, he also learns that fiends are lawful. They're not chaotic entities. They are cunning. And unlike their chaotic counterparts, sorry, Barbara, you're making a little bit of fuzzy noise. If I can get you to mute real quick.
That's weird. Okay, I'm mute.
Thank you. He also learns that fiends are lawful and cunning. And unlike their chaotic counterparts, the demons, fiends that are killed here in the material plane respawn after a time in the 9 hells. He can also pick a fiend to choose to learn more on. I'm trying to decide. He's probably, knowing Davos, he's probably looking at that Aranyes like, that was kind of... how graphic are these illustrations in here?
I don't know.
He learns that the Aranyes, like several other powerful fiends, can conjure allies, but that they are almost lieutenants within the hells. In the hierarchy, there's like the ruler of that circle, and then there's pit fiends, and then there's Aranyes. They are the the people who maintain law and order within the city. Going next to Yuan, you were reading the spooky book. After a day of reading it, you're trying to make sense of it because it's not in one handwriting, and it's not even on parchment all the time. It seems like this is not a text that someone sat down and wrote, so much as it is text that people have been adding to for centuries, millennia. It's hard to say. You're seeing everything from vellum, proper spellbook paper, to leather, to sheets of leaves and thinned bark. You're seeing all sorts of types of material that are written on, and most of it is sinister in nature. With a 25, you see some sections that you believe the White Worm Speaker to have contributed. Things on creating various new types of undead. You see a sketching of the Nodarok, almost laid out like the Vitruvian Man. You see contributions of spells and of dark magics. You also understand that as you're reading this, you begin to feel unwell. I need you to take 19 points of necrotic damage. It doesn't happen all at once. It's sort of as you're reading, it starts as a headache. And then, you feel like your mouth and your throat are going dry. Your eyes begin to become a little bloodshot. As the longer that it's taking you to read this, the more you're feeling like it's almost drawing out a bit of your life essence. At the end of the day, when you set it down, with a 25, you know that this is also a spell book. You can learn spells from this if you choose so. And you gather that you can learn the spells without too much adverse effect. But if you want to fully read through this, that it's going to take quite some time, and that it could be dangerous to complete the document.
Neat.
You look like
if
shit.
you're
I won't respond to that. I feel like shit.
Do me a favor, Josh. Add to your inventory the Book of Vile Darkness. There's going to be several spells listed for this. If you want to learn those, message me and we'll work some of that out. If you want to spend the second day learning some of those, we can talk about that.
We'll see.
What was that, Devin? Sorry?
We may be flying around. We'll see.
Yeah. For Argonox, with a total of 14, I'm actually going to say, since only one of you needed the translation, Akira, the cleric of the Dragon God of Mercy, is going to help you. Do me a favor, Argonox. Roll one more time for me.
No. Not much better.
This is difficult. So with a total of 14, you learn that this book is written by the followers of Bahamut, who were guided by the Platinum Dragon to battle against the forces of Tiamat's army, while the Platinum Dragon himself dealt with the Dragon Queen. Once he was able to defeat her, she was weak enough for them to banish her to the 9 hells. It describes the ritual that they used to open a grand gate to hell through which they cast Tiamat and bound her to that plane. It also details what the Dragon Queen's forces would need to bring her back. With a 14, you're only going to learn one of these. You know that this ritual must be performed at a site known as the Well of Dragons. The Well of Dragons is described as was once a dragon graveyard. This is where ancient dragons would go to perish. It was a site of sacred importance to them. The book also notes that the cult of the dragon has somewhat corrupted this sense. Dragons no longer go here to perish, but some of the darkest ones go here to try to find immortality. It is said this is where dragons can ascend to become Draco Liches, which you understand is pretty much the most powerful form of Lich. This is where a dragon gains the powers of an undead lord, capable of raising the dead and performing incredible feats of magic, while also attaining immortality. With a 14, that's going to be the only thing you get from this read. There's always chances to come back to these texts. I am going to mark what you guys learned just from my notes. Tajine. Devin, will you roll a d20 for me?
I'll do my best. No promises. 5.
I'm going to roll a d20. 7, not much better. He's not an unwise man. Let's see what he gets to add. Okay, 8. So that's 15, which is not bad. While he's reading the scroll from Imrat's notes, he says that you already know one line from this. When 5 crowns meet and the ruby bleeds crimson, shall the Dragon Queen return, and with her extinction. You already know that line. He also reads, it seems to be a list. There's the 5 colors, white, blue, green, red, black. And this is all in the Ancient Draconic, so he's not just reading this so much as he is translating it. But he says, white is listed as the bloodless mage, ambitious to a fault. And you guys connect that this sounds like the white worm speaker you've encountered. The bloodless mage, ambitious to a fault. This seems to be a list of the worm speakers. He'll also note that the line that reads blue is crossed out. Almost like Imarith was trying to collect these and had attained one, had slain whoever blue was, and had captured the mask for herself. Yeah, with a 15, I think that's all he's going to get.
It's not terrifying at all.
Hmm.
Not even a little.
Do you guys have anything else before you begin your rest?
I do have one question I was curious about, because we can't. I don't know of any way to speed up our travel time once we get to the tunnels, and this would require a little bit of rewinding. But let's say that I were to summon the spirit of the wind and be like, "Hey, put some air in these sails, see if we could speed up our travel time." Would that decrease our travel time to Nightstone?
Probably not by a grand bit. For example, it's not going to go from 2 days to 1 day, because he is not trying to move just a person, but an entire ship. I would say it wouldn't make a large enough impact to decrease it by a notable degree. You would still be arriving in 2 days, just earlier on that final day.
Okay, that's fine. Then I guess I would just ask the party, like, "Hey, you guys want me to pick up teleport and move us tomorrow morning?"
Let's try Windwalk. Are you going to teleport us to Nightstone?
That's what I would do, yeah. I wouldn't try to teleport us to the end destination. I would just try to cut off a day and get us to Nightstone.
How many miles are we from Nightstone?
Quite a ways. Actually, take off the map if you'd like to see it.
So I found that spell. It's Windwalk. It's 300 feet.
Yes.
If you
That's
dash,
like around.
Yeah, if you dash, it's 600 feet around, which is like where'd my calculator go? I already did the thing earlier.
Oh no! Oh no! Devin's doing math.
Yeah, 5,280 feet in a mile. At 600 feet per round, it's 9 rounds rounded up. So 9 times 6 is whatever that is. It's less than a minute, right?
I'm sorry, I was trying to do math on my own. Sorry, 9 times 6 would be
more than a minute, right at a minute.
9 times 6 would be 54.
54, right at a minute. So you can go a mile in 54 seconds.
So, Nightstone is about 80 miles away. You guys also have the wind rune, which I offered to you guys earlier. I forgot was actually put on your sail. to increase the speed of the ship. You guys travel 20 miles an hour faster than you would have previously, or 20 miles more in a day, not 20 miles per hour. Because of that, you guys are still, you're about halfway now, so I'm going to bump you, you're right about here. At some point while you guys are reading, Tabitha, still kind of weary from her injuries, pecks you on the cheek, Yuan, and tells you that she's going to go rest. So she makes her way down below deck. You guys continue through your reading. As it's growing late on the first day, you begin to see storm clouds up ahead. Tajin notes this and says there isn't really a way to avoid it, as it is a broad front. But he advises the crew, perhaps we can drift to the south and try to brush off the southern side. It seems to be heading north. And he advises the crew to shift course. They do. And about an hour later, he brings to everyone's attention that the storm is shifting southward. It is going against the wind, which is unnatural by every definition. He advises you to rest while you can. It might be a bumpy ride. Lots of turbulence, I'll say.
Sounds like something's coming this way. Seems like something's coming this way.
Right.
I asked Eugene, is there anything we can do to help?
He shakes his head. I would advise just to gather your strength. If there is something waiting for us, something that is conjuring that, we will need to be ready to face it head on.
Oh boy, I'm gonna look
For
at my spells.
For the purposes of this, you guys may all go ahead and take your long rest.
Oh.
Friendly reminder that as you guys are approaching this, that as you're taking your long rest, not all of your items will automatically reset their charges. So I know, Barb, for example, your bow is one of them. So as you take your long rest, look at whatever you get to, either it fully resets or if it decreases by or you regain a certain number of charges. Go ahead and roll that all up, get your hit points back to full, all that fun jazz. And scroll. Barbara, are you still locale?
Yeah, I'm still here.
As you guys are resting below deck, or resting, what do you guys think you're doing as you're? Now a long rest is a flexible term. Do you guys think that you're literally sleeping? Do you think you're meditating? Do you think you're sharpening weapons? What do you think you're doing over this long rest? I'll say that Davos is looking at the anatomy book, at the part that Davos would look at.
He's learning to draw. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if Goldbrand was Starkeep or not. I don't, he knows where they're going and why they need to get there, and mostly what's up.
You could ask Gideon to Starkeep if you would like.
I think Goldbrand would probably try to get back into shape, for lack of a better term. He would spar with Ark and Tajin and literally anyone else that could swing a sword.
And there's no shortage of that on the ship. You find Khaled, who's this tall elven man. And for an elf, elves tend to be on the lither side. Khaled is pretty, his shoulders are pretty broad. He has that swimmer's build, Devin. He offers to spar with you. He is a paladin, if I remember correctly. I think he's just a raw fighter, actually. And he spars with you and engages with you for a bit. Barbara, Arcanox, what do you guys choose to do as you rest?
Be sparring with Gully, like he was saying. Passively walking around the ship, making sure everything's running smoothly. Just captain stuff.
Just captain stuff. Burr, burr, burr.
I feel like Pandora is just pacing a little bit, just anticipating between what's going on back home and also this unnatural storm. I feel like she's got kind of she's got the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah. As it's almost the end of the first day, you could use your earring once again to reach out to Avalon if you wanted to. If you have an inclination to, or if you want a status update or anything like that.
Yeah, I think she would just look for a update. Just ask how fares thee.
We are holding up well for the moment. There are 3 major entrances into the city, and we have them all fortified, but people are getting a little stir crazy. People can't teleport out, so we're trapped here. There's no way out. We have lost a few individuals. Weird spider demons are beginning to break through among the throngs of giant spiders. Hurry quick. Do you know how long it will be? And unfortunately, you cannot reply. I know I went over the 25 words there, but that's the gist of what she gets to you. Avalon provides you with a bit of information that matches up with what Gideon's saying, that there's not just spiders. There's other things that are spider-like, which sort of indicates this is something bigger than just spiders trying to get away from something. Yuan, what do you choose to do?
Try and ignore the whispers that are tempting me to continue reading the book. I think I would probably think about what I had prepared spell-wise. Think about if what I currently have makes sense for what it sounds like we're going into. I would also be brainstorming a little bit about the storm that seems to move unnaturally and how it makes me uncomfortable, and muse a bit on whether that's something I want to deal with or try to force the party to avoid. Forcible teleportation, good luck.
Yeah. Do me a favor, on the Book of Vile Darkness, on the Notes tab under Customizations, just put 8 hours for me, because that's the amount of time that you researched it today. And while you're sort of mulling on it, it's interesting because you sort of have the peanut gallery in your heads of all the different spirits. Sometimes, most of the time they're fairly quiet, but every now and then there's something kind of interesting that happens that they sort of chat about. And Florence in particular will say, it's a shame that the Mummy Lord is not here. I think he would have found that book rather interesting. Seems up his alley.
I would largely agree and say, I find this book quite interesting myself. The problem is, I'm afraid it might kill us all.
She laughs. We can hope. Maybe she doesn't say that, but
slap my knee like, yeah.
The as you guys are all taking your various rests, Pandora, as you're pacing on the deck, Tabitha comes up the stairs and says, Pandora, I was hoping, could I talk to you for a second?
Might as well. I would welcome the distraction.
She says, let's find somewhere a little more private. And she goes down beneath the deck. And the ship has 3 layers. The central layer is the captain's quarters, the mess hall. There's some various, there's the row of cannons. And then the very bottom layer is the crew bunks. She takes you down there, and it seems to be fairly quiet. There are, we'll say, a couple of the crew are sleeping down there, but pretty much unoccupied. She says, I know you're real worked up about your sister. I hope that we can get there and help her out as quick as possible. There is something that's just sort of on my mind. Arcanox. Do you think he's all right?
I mean, his scales are red and he's eating good. I'd say he's fine.
I just worry because I was talking to some of the crew, and it seems he was kind of shaken up about this thing. The Dragonborn they were talking about?
Nah, he's tough as nails. He ain't worried about anything.
She smiles a bit. I'm glad you have faith in him. The mask, too, just sets me on edge. Do you think he's hiding it well?
I think he's a man of few words, but if anything were bothering him, he would be the first to say something. Speaks his mind.
I'm just worried that thing, whatever it is, the mask, they're coming for it. Do you think that it's safe? Does he have proper protections on it?
I mean, look at him. He's a big, scary dragon. I think he's got plenty of protections. I don't think I am not concerned about anything that might be coming his way.
So does he have the mask?
Did we put it back? I know we had spoke about it. Real talk.
Above table, I think he put it in the safe in the captain's quarters.
Yeah, so then I would just I would tell her that nothing to fear. He doesn't have the mask on his persons. He'll be okay.
It almost makes me more nervous if somebody's not protecting it.
Sus.
Pandora, make a perception check for me.
Yeah, because Pandora tires of this idle talk.
Yeah, you're.
Arcanox does have protections on it, but they're kind of a little bit secretive.
22. Barbara. Wait 2 seconds.
Oh boy.
You're talking to Tabitha, and she's just asking really weird questions. And it's kind of making you a little uncomfortable, and you don't really know what to think of it. And suddenly you realize her left arm was the one that was ripped off by the demon, by the devil.
Mm-hmm.
But it is her right arm that is currently missing.
Pandora will, being smooth as she is, I'm not going to confront her about this seemingly slight oversight here. But I'm going to clutch my stomach and put a paw over my mouth and kind of motion, excuse me for a second, and kind of rush out and lean overboard for a second, kind of playing the I gotta go toss.
You're below deck right now.
What?
You're below deck right now.
Well, that's what I'm gonna rush. I'm going to rush back up deck and be like, excuse me, I gotta toss my cookies.
If you start to make your way to the entryway, she'll go, oh, well, I'm quite a gifted mage. Allow me to assist you. And she lays a hand on you. And Barbara, I need you to make a save for me. I just gotta decide which one. Actually, I'll tell you what. When you see her coming for you, I'll allow you to make a dex save to try to get to evade her.
Like, let me do a little backflip, little kitty backflip. So a dex save.
Dex save, yes.
21.
Okay, let me roll for this.
Totally.
I have to get my clicking clickies.
Remember, Barb, on shot first.
Fair.
Just slide up for a second. Oh, I shit you not. That is a wolf on top of that. That is a natural 20.
Gross.
As her hand touches you, make a wisdom saving throw for me, Barbara.
Oh my god. Hold on, I was looking to.
Save on the throw.
Let's see, hold on, real quick. I'm looking. I'm making sure I don't have any.
No, I get you.
Okay, no, I don't have anything. Let's see, you said a wisdom save?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 24.
Oh,
And Yora is very aware of this bullshittery.
Super sus. Tabitha says, "Bring me the box." You know that is what she is trying to compel you to do magically. You are not falling for it. So what you choose to do is up to you. But she has sort of positioned herself between you and the door.
So I can't go toss my cookies. All right. Hold on a second.
I think screaming alarm would be a free action.
On
Um.
the other hand, real talk, the caster doesn't know whether you passed or failed, correct?
It's sort of
Oh.
vague. I'm choosing to believe that they don't know if they've passed or failed.
Okay, but I know that I felt this compulsion, but
You
chose not to.
Yeah, you are familiar enough with magic to know that something has tried to be cast on you. She was playing it off like she was casting like a lesser restoration to make your stomach feel better, but she is casting some type of command, dominate, something like that.
Not the kind of dominating I'm into.
Well,
So I think that's actually a wise choice, is to kind of play along. Oh, thank you. My I don't know what happened. Sometimes, I just guess I never got my complete sea legs. I'll get that for you right away, and see if I can leave now.
she will follow you. So you're on the bottom level. The captain's quarters is on the mid level, and then the rest of the crew right now is on the top level. How do you choose to proceed? She's following
Okay.
close.
So we're gonna go up to the mid level, because that's. But would they know? Would they know it's on the mid level? I didn't say it was in the captain's quarters.
You weren't super clear, yeah. But you said the Arcanauts didn't have it.
Okay, fair, but that.
You could act like you.
No, I could say, oh, it's in the top, at the very top. Arcanauts entrusted it to someone more trustworthy than anyone else in the crew.
Make a deception check for me.
Technically, that's not a lie.
Oh, she didn't hand it to a person, or you didn't hand it to a person. 18's not bad. Their insight's not to be scoffed at either. Oh, that's a 25 insight.
I was like, Dan, can I lucky re-roll that?
Technically, yeah, you can use a luck point.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. We had a long rest.
You did.
Which means, never mind. It's still woe. I can't help.
Let's see.
I don't think you're in this scene either, so I don't know if you could wheel or woe.
That's a good point.
Okay, so whoops. What did I just roll?
With a +8, Barbara, you're gonna need to beat a 25, so you have to roll a 17 or higher. Fantastic. She sort of nods her head and goes, all right, and follows you up to the top deck. She says, be careful though. Storm's getting rough.
I know. That's probably why my stomach hurt earlier.
You make your
Filled up on me.
You make your way up to the top of the top deck, and she seems abnormally tense, but is watching you very closely, waiting for your lead.
Okay, so where is everybody in relation to where I'm at now?
So if you look to the far right, this layout of the ship, I sort of just scattered you guys about, but this is you guys off in your own space doing what you're doing. This is pretty much the layout that you're looking at.
Okay. Let's see. So here at the top. So is anybody awake and about that I can see?
Yeah, everybody seems to be awake. They're just doing their own business.
Let's see. Hold on. And so if we're right here and she is right beside me, correct?
Mhm.
Hold on. I'm looking for a tactical advantage here.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
What?
I'm so sorry. I have to back up.
Uh-oh.
Because you rolled a 19 on that deception check. You had to roll a 17 or higher on the die, but that is your total.
Oh.
So that's my fault. So I'm gonna rewind just about 10 seconds or so. You guys are still in this quarters. She is on the doorway, and you are in front of her. And as you lie to her, she realizes the jig is up. And where originally there had been no right arm, it actually reaches out and goes to strike you. Let me put this on. That's a 24 to hit, and a 19 to hit. Do both of those hit?
The 19 meets, so yeah, they both hit.
Okay, so that's going to be a total of 28 damage for me. You take 28 slashing, and you suddenly see that her right arm is not a humanoid arm. It's almost tabaxi. It has fur and is muscled. But what really gets you is that the palm is not right. It is reversed. And as she strikes out at you, she says, "Do you remember where we met? In the Feywild? Or where we parted ways in the Feywild? Where you fought Azazel with Goldbrand and Davos? Where you sent a Rakshasa back to the Nine Hells?" And as her face morphs into this creature, you see standing before you this tiger-like entity that you have fought once before. And at this very moment, a lightning bolt strikes the main mast. Suddenly, all across the deck, you see a dozen or so various entities. You see Helm Taurs, you see Cambions, you see Hollow Knights, you see Death Knights, but standing in the very center, you see a towering figure, a somewhat familiar figure, of a storm giant with two massive horns and an enormous odachi within its grip. With that, I need everyone to roll for initiative.
Ooh.
Which we can now actually do.
Oh, I didn't mean to.
Damn.
Shit. Y'all actually did it, and I accidentally rolled the wrong thing.
Rip.
Oh, but thankfully, I think it did not. Devin, what is yours, my guy?
14? Davos is 7. He rolled in that one. Looking at that anatomy book.
Yeah. What's going on? He's like, I was looking at hard stuff. Fantastic. All right. As we round to the top of initiative, Pandora, you are actually the first to act. You are still below deck. This entity is still between you and the doorway. What do you choose to do?
That's what I'm looking, because I can't do anything with my bow. That's my usual go-to. I am going to, let's see. I'm actually looking at my saber that I don't really get to use a whole lot.
Yeah, the cephalopod saber, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not usually close quarters. Okay.
What you got, bitch?
I am just going to, let's see, to use the ink cloud, is that an action, I assume?
It is like casting the ink cloud, or it's like casting the darkness spell, which I think is an action. I will
Yeah,
look it up.
one action. Okay. It says
Yeah.
Helm, actually. It says one action.
Okay, yeah.
I guess I was trying to see. I know I have dark vision, but I don't know if I have anything that I can see despite that.
Looking through magical darkness is a pretty rare ability. I don't think you would have that.
No.
Oh, also.
Okay. I'm just gonna swing with it then. Because it does have the latch on. Which will be my bonus action if I can make it. Oh, it doesn't say I have to hit. Okay. I'm gonna make the attack. That's a 27.
27. Excellent. Yeah, that definitely hits. And this is piercing damage?
Yeah, 13 piercing.
You don't have the sneak attack damage. However, there is some good news. As you strike at this Rakshasa, Oh, which I do have a token for. I'm sorry. I'll move that to the main layer. And this Tabitha is... As you strike it with the saber, well, here's a question. Barbara, what is Pandora's alignment? Do you think you're good, evil, or neutral?
Let me see. I think I put it. I'm chaotic neutral alignment on my
I think
chart.
you are neutral. So you stab into him, and he hisses and recoils a bit, but does not seem excessively deterred. 13 damage, 120. Okay.
And then, as a bonus action, I'm going to use Latch On. So
Fantastic.
the tentacles attempt to grapple the target. It has to succeed on a DC 15 acrobatics or athletics check.
DC 15 acrobatics or athletics. It's not proficient in either of those, so you have decent odds. Oh, that is a 17.
Boo.
You watch as the hilt of the cephalopod saber, which is like an octopus, it's like iron tentacles try to wrap out and grab around, but the Rexasha pulls away quickly. As we go back to the deck, where Orlecto the Treacherous, that's not right, I'm sorry, that's an old thing, as the Storm Shogun begins to make his move. The main mast of the ship is ablaze. These demons are all around you guys, and they seem to have all of your crew entangled. You guys apparently are not targets. However, the Oni sees differently. He's going to make a... Let's see. He's going to move to here. And he's going to make a thunderous stomp. Within 20 feet. Excuse me. Yes. He goes to the center of the ship. And he slams his foot down, and the entire ship tilts and tosses. I need Davos, Goldbrand, and Arcanox to all make a Constitution saving throw. Thankfully, all of you are pretty tanky.
29.
Oh, Arcanox passes. Arcanox, you're going to take 11 thunder damage. Goldbrand and Davos, you each take 22 thunder damage and are knocked prone. That is his bonus action. Seeing that the two of you have fallen to your feet, he is going to probably focus on Arcanox. He comes up and he's going to make 2 swings with his Odachi. Oh, that's pretty good. That's a 28. And, that's a nat 1, so that's only a 17. I believe the 28 hits, so I need you to take 31 points of slashing damage.
Plus the 11 I just took, right?
Correct. So a total of 42 points of damage. He strikes
no.
at you.
I'm devastated.
Yeah, exactly. No big deal for the tanky boys. But he immediately shifts his stance, and he goes into a defensive stance. This guy is quicker than you were expecting. With that, we're going to round to the next person, which is you, Arcanox. How do you retaliate?
Let's see here.
Tracker, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you for saying so.
Mhm.
Why did you not pop up? There we go.
Thank you.
Welcome.
All right. Let's see here. This one, that's it, all right. He's getting hit with Douse.
Get him.
1, 2, 3. It's gonna hit him. I'm swinging 3. Bam, bam.
Bam,
Goddamn.
bam. 28. So are all 3 of these with us? So 28, 31. That's a crit too. 29. So when you strike him with the first one, he's going to do a counter strike. Go ahead and roll damage for your first hit. Oh, that's another 28? 27, excuse me. He's going to take the damage from that. He is going to deal another 31 back to you, though, as he makes a counter strike.
Ooh, damn. I like this guy.
As you smack him with the anchor, he retorts, "Oh no, I'm devastated." And This does not seem to have rung his bell too much. Roll your crit next.
See the crit. So is that plus what?
It's gonna double the dice. Hang on, I'll roll it from here, so it'll. Yeah, so that's 12 damage. With that, he is gonna use his second reaction to try to disarm you. Make a strength saving throw. That looks like fireball. 26, excellent. As your chain swings toward him, he tries to take the sword and twist it in a way that would jerk the chain from your grip, but you do not release it. You do not relent. And your third hit also hits as well. Roll damage for that. Whoops. 16, nice.
Just as obnoxious as I remember last time.
Yeah. Fantastic. With that, we round to, or unless you have a bonus action, we round to Goldbrand.
Thought I did.
Can you use your breath weapon as a bonus action? Is that a thing?
I don't believe so. It's technically one of your attack options.
Okay. Goldbrand, having sort of anticipated a fight, still, like, I like to think he's still, like, kind of sort of, he warmed up from sparring, so he's like,
Yeah.
all this shit goes down, and he's like, fucking finalies. And I will rage as a bonus action, and he's just gonna do what old Goldbrand used to do, and he gonna get within 10 feet of him and do the thing.
Do
So,
the thing.
yeah. So I would like, and I know, so Devin knows that this may not work out. Never mind. I'm not gonna do it at all.
No, do it.
No. I was gonna use a charge of my bone cleaver, but it does necrotic damage, so we're just not gonna do it. I just can't take that risk. That's plus 4 added to that, so that's 32 to hit, a 24 to hit, which I'm hoping both.
Ooh. Yeah, both definitely hit. That's 28 damage. Fantastic.
Plus 4 for my rage.
Plus 4. Fantastic. You lay into him with Bone Carver. You used your bonus action to rage.
Yes.
So I believe that is all you got.
Yes.
We round back to Raksasha. Down in the pit with Pandora. This guy is pretty pissed off that you didn't give him what he wanted. So he's going to do... Oh, that's the wrong set block. There we go. He is going to... He needs to find out where that is. Barbara, I need you to make another wisdom save for me. And actually, if
Would
I'm...
Pandora even know where it is, even if he compels me? Like,
You-
should I
you-
even...
Yeah, you, especially being Arcanox's right hand, you would know where it is.
Okay, 24.
24 is very good. Hang on. Yeah, you're good. He tries once again, like, it is imperative that we know where it is, Pandora. But you relent. That is his entire action to cast that spell.
It's imperative that you suck my paws.
With that, we round to a bellow within the sky, a thunderous echo across the storm. It almost sounds like thunder itself for a moment. I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw. Everyone above deck. Pandora, you're good for this.
We're all about to be scared.
Not Goldbrand. Goldbrand ain't scared of shit. As this primal roar echoes out throughout the valley, Davos, Arcanox, and Yuan, you are all three frightened. And you try to find the source of your fear. Do you have advantage?
No, I'm using Indomitable, which lets me reroll a saving throw.
There you go, boy. Fantastic.
I'd rather take that.
I'm sorry. You in particular do have disadvantage on this. Roll one more. I'm trying to decide if I want the crit to override that. It wouldn't rules as written. You know what? I'll allow it. No, we're gonna keep the crit. this echoes out, and it like makes the scales on the back of your neck rise up, and you turn to see just behind you there is an enormous dragonborn figure. I'm gonna make his token big, so you guys can actually no. I'll drop the art because he is a cool looking daddy.
Stop.
Oh fuck, where is he?
I didn't see the for stream. This is the rock Sasha.
Where is he? Oh, he had a different name before. That is right.
We gotta fuck this Oni up and clean up these dudes. I'm trying to figure out if Davos can clean up these little guys. He's only got some stuff. Ooh.
I will tell you mechanically, the little guys are there to keep your crew busy. They don't seem interested in fucking with you guys. They seem to be keeping them from being outnumbered. As Erebus appears behind you, Yuan, I'm gonna need you. He did that. Bonus action. He is going to bellow out, and you recognize this, Arcanox and Goldbrand, as he rages. Which I'm gonna mark with that thing.
Good for him.
Good for him.
No,
and
it's not.
he's gonna take each of his weapons, 2 long swords, one wreathed in a blue light, one wreathed in a red. That is a 23 and an 18 to hit you, Yuan.
So you had a 23 and an 18?
Yes, sir. He's debating on that shield.
I really am. Yeah, I'm gonna pop the shield to save the 18 at least.
Okay. So for the 23, you take a total of 18 points of damage. For people watching my recording, he gets +5 when he's raging, in his draconic rage. So I'm not adding numbers. So that's 18 points of damage to you, Yuan, as he cuts into you with one of the swords. And you are terrified of this motherfucker, if I'm not mistaken. You failed your check, right? Yeah. He's huge. His physicality, he seems so much larger than he actually is. His wings make him appear like he's a huge creature. With that, we're going to round to Davos. Goldbrand, what you got?
Like he said, Davos, Goldbrand, what you got?
Oh, sorry. Davos, Devin, what you got?
Nah, I feel you. So if he doesn't have to worry about the mooks, it makes the most sense. Can he move towards the Oni? He's just afraid of the dragon.
He can move in an arc as long as he doesn't get closer to it. Yes. So for example, right now he is 44 feet away, so he has to be 44 feet away from him wherever he moves to. In fact, I'll put him here.
Well.
And then.
Oh.
So like you want him right there?
I thought he was afraid of the Dragonborn, not the Oni.
He is. That's why he's getting closer to the Oni. But he has to stay 43 feet away from the Dragonborn.
Well, is he in front of the Dragonborn now?
Well, he was over here, and he was 43 feet away. So he has to skirt to get over to the Oni, right? That's what you want? Where do you want him to go?
I think he went the wrong way.
He was standing in front of the Dragonborn over here.
Davos?
Yeah.
Davos was over here. So he was 43 feet away, so wherever he moves to, like if you want him here, so
I think
watch.
you were measuring with Q and it dropped him over and then left him there.
Yeah.
So he can't be here because that's 35 feet away. He has to be 43 feet away. He has to be just a little bit further. Is that good?
What? No, I'm still confused. I thought he's afraid of this token.
He is, and right over here, he's 43 feet away from it. So no matter where he moves in the map, he has to be at least 43 feet away. He's moving in an arc away around from the Dragonborn.
But it looks like he walked up to the Dragonborn.
Yeah,
well, I'm putting him there so I can measure from the Dragonborn. He's going from here to here. But if he's here, and that's 43 feet, then wherever he ends up over here has to be 43 feet. And it's easier to measure.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why we were confused, because he was standing next to the Dragonborn token. We're like, but he's afraid of him. He can't stand there. But no, I understand now.
Oh, do you not see it if I hover? Like, do y'all see that? If I drag?
No, we just see it move over to the thing. We don't see the full movement, like the measurement.
I
he was
see.
just standing by it.
That
and I was like,
makes
what?
more sense. I apologize. Okay. Okay, sorry.
But no.
So he moves over to the Oni.
Yeah, and he's gonna smack it twice.
Okay, what's he smack it with?
The sword, I guess. Oh, he's got 2, huh?
He typically uses his dad's sword. He can technically use a bonus action to use the other one, I think.
Well, let's start with the 2 that he gets. Either one of those hit.
25 hits.
I might
So
smite.
that's 10.
Well, I'll think about it. Let me see if this is a.
Think quick.
You do not need free hand to wield this rapier. This is the one that floats.
Yes, yeah.
Bonus action to also make attack with rapier as you will with 2-weapon fighting. Okay. I think that.
So roll it like a normal hit, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
A 20 does not hit.
Okay. I will save my smites. So we'll open with that, and that'll be his turn.
Save your smite, so no bonus. Or no, that was the bonus action. All right, that brings us to Bergen. You're not here. What are you doing, Bergen? That brings us to Vikora.
Cool.
Someone's recycling encounters.
I think he's just still under the campaign, and he got rid in there.
Would you,
Probably not, but go ahead and ask.
would you say that it's nighttime?
It is, yes, it is night. I think I know what you're asking. There is fire on the ship. The ship does have its own illumination. I would allow you to consider it
Okay.
dim light, because I know what you're going to do.
I don't like being by the sky, but I'm afraid to move away from him because I think if I do, then it's going to cause I can't get back close to him. But I think before I try to move away, I am going to try and use roll at them psychic lance on him.
Oh, get it.
Let's see here. It's a save of 18.
Oh, intelligent save. He's not super smart. Oh, I forget he is technically a paladin and therefore is a spellcaster. I can't roll the save and then decide. So I think he's going to be on the safe side. He's going to start with a counterspell.
Okay. You'll have to upcast it. I think it's 4th level.
Oh, I marked off a 3rd level spell. I'll be honest. I'll make him roll for it. He has to beat a 14 with his spell save, with his spell modifier, which is charisma. Charisma. Oh, that's Constitution. Excuse me. That is a 10. So I will allow I'll allow it to go through. Hit him.
All right, I rolled it. It's a
26
DC
damage.
18 intelligence save.
What kind of paladin gets
actually-
counterspell? I'm terrified.
Well, yeah, we'll get to that. And you know what? He's yeah, he's gonna use his legendary resistance.
Okay.
To pass it. He's still gonna take the half damage, but it's not gonna incapacitate him, which would be pretty fucked up. 10 out of 10 move.
Okay. And then you already know I'm gonna bonus action, get the
Poof poof.
heck away from this hoe.
While you poof poof and
Right.
Pandora, we go back to you. Below deck.
So,
Pandora, what you got? Show me what you got. Show me what you got. Pandora, did you die? Burr?
If you're not at work.
I'd say, Ben, do you know if Barbara is dead?
Let me check.
No, my Discord, it died. I've been having connection issues for some fucking reason.
I'm sorry. You suck.
Okay, so is it my turn? Back to my turn?
Yes.
Okay. I'm still stuck here, so I'm going to swing again.
Get him.
Let me use a lucky point. I want to make sure I hit this fucking bitch. I'm so mad at him.
Yeah.
Whoa. Oh, my thing crashed. I wonder if our internet's crashing.
Yeah, let me see it reset the router.
Yeah, no, our internet's been very, very angry lately.
Not fun. I'm sorry. We somehow got it back on the order too. if y'all want to wait till, try to hold out just a second. Once Arcanox takes his move, which is like 2 away, then you guys can reset the router. We can try to get that back online. Do you want me to roll that hit for you?
I don't know. How lucky are your dice feeling today?
I'll roll it from your character sheet if that makes you feel better. Cephalopod Saber, is that right?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna use.
Oh, that's a 30 to hit.
Okay, then yes.
Yeah, now you can have it. All right, so that's 14 damage. Bonus action.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and grapple again with it.
Fantastic. What is the DC for that? DC 15 acrobatics or athletics.
Yeah.
He is not the proficient, so it's just a dex save. It is a 14. As you strike him, the tentacles latch on around his arm and pull it close to the blade, sort of binding him to you. Fantastic. Anything else, Pandora?
That's it. That's all she wrote.
As we go back to the Oni on the ship, he's surrounded. Now, 1 second. First, he gets his 2 reactions back. I think he's gonna go with a slashing. He changes his stance, and I will tell you this out loud so I remember. He gains a resistance to slashing damage. That is just at the top of his turn. That is not an action. He will. Does he risk the attack of opportunity? Oh, he can get the 3 of you. Yeah. I'm going to say he's going to take a step to the side. Goldbrand, if you choose to use a reaction, you can get an attack of opportunity.
I will wait.
He is going to cast Cone of Cold. I need the 3 of you to make a, what is this, a dex save? Constitution save. Davos, Goldbrand, and Yuan, Constitution save. Fail, pass. Fail.
Big fail.
That's 8d8 cold damage. Hang on. So,
Ooh.
I need Davos and Goldbrand to take 39 cold damage. You guys also have your movement speed become 0. Oh, wait.
Mine is
No.
halved.
Wait 1 second. Oh, it doesn't reduce your speed to 0. Oh, I'm thinking of Rhymes Binding Ice. I'm sorry. Yours is halved. Oh, because you're raging. Okay, fair point. Yuan, yours is also halved. So you guys are just... Yuan and Goldbrand, you take 20. Davos takes 39. That is his action. He will use a bonus action. But to do what? I think... Oh, I will see if his Thunderous Stomp recharges. That is a 2, so it does not. Ooh. He'll use his Wakizashi. So he's going to roll a d20. And he's going to do this at, I think, at Arcanog, since he Cone of Cone the other 2. Plus 11. 19 does not hit an Arcanog, so does it?
It does not.
It do not! As he tries to stab at you with his second smaller sword, what do you do in retaliation?
Let's see here.
Show me what you got.
Retaliation. I'm gonna swing at him with Douse, and if this hits, I'm gonna put a fucking divine smite on there.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll know that one real quick.
All right, I'll mark that damage off. You got 2 swings left, my guy.
Yeah, one more time with Douse.
Whoops.
24.
Get him.
Bam. And third strike, because this guy's pissing me off. He's gonna get a fire breath.
Yeah, get him. not resistant to fire. Fantastic. Dexterity save, excuse me. Dexterity 19. His dex save. Oh, that is a dirty 20. Yeah, 9. Yeah, okay. Dirty 20. He's going to take half of that. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. There we go. All right. Bonus action, my guy?
All right, for my bonus action, I am casting Hunter's Mark. I don't know why I did it that way. I'm casting Hunter's Mark on Herberus.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
So I can just kind of keep track of where he's at on the battlefield.
Very good call. I also realize Goldbrand and Yuan, you both are still scared of Erebus, but you've both taken damage, so I think you get to roll that again. Let me double check
It's
the
not
stat bar.
feared. Davos was feared.
Did I say Goldbrand? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Davos and Yuan.
Which, don't you roll that at the end of your turn anyway? Because I had a turn pass.
It varies ability to ability. This is based off of a Dragon's Roar. Oh, no, it's not. This is from the mask. On a failed save, target becomes frightened for 1 minute. If the frightened target takes any damage, it can repeat the saving throw. So both you and Davos can re-roll a wisdom save. Gotta beat an 18.
Trash, so good luck to me.
Oh, that is rough. And Davos? Yvonne?
Goldbrand will do what Goldbrand does. He's going to take 2 more big swings on him, and he's going to use his bonus action to ignite his starry form. So let's see what 17 probably does not hit, but 28 will, hopefully, for 18 damage.
28 definitely hits.
18 damage total for that. Then for my bonus action, he will light up as the archer and throw that. He stands 10 feet away, so he doesn't have to do the disadvantage thing. 30 for 21 radiant damage.
21. He can make all 3 of those attacks?
Yes, sir, because it's a bonus action to activate the starry form and throw it. To throw the javelin.
So, what is Bone Carver's reach? Is it 10 feet?
Yes, sir.
Oh, so you are far enough away to strike him with that and not have the disadvantage. Very nice. Okay. Bueno. Fantastic. Oh, whoops. That was the wrong number. There we go. He is bloodied. Oh, he'll actually use his reaction on that. He's going to strike back at you.
Coward.
He's fighting back. I don't know if that's cowardice exactly, but all right. That's going to be a 23 to hit, which I'm pretty sure does hit a gully.
Let me make sure I can't woe that. It is an attack roll. I'll like to use my reaction to woe that.
Okay.
Yes, you can roll it or I'll roll it. You've got to roll d6 and be subtracted from it.
Subtracted. So I said 23 minus 3 is a 20.
Damn. All right.
That's what hits a Goldbrand. You're going to take, it's going to be halved, so you're going to take 16 points of slashing damage.
Also, if you didn't have his slashing damage earlier, you should have.
If I didn't have who's slashing?
Against him, you said he got resistance to slashing damage.
Oh, thank you for that. So the 16 points would have been actually 8. Thank you for being honest. Devin, you get a gold star. Speaking of gold stars, you'll get a gold star if you like and subscribe. As we round to Rakshasha. Rakshasha is becoming annoyed with Barbara's resilience, now grappled to you. I think he's going to go with, why do you keep crashing, combat tracker? D&D Beyond, you kind of suck ass.
Because it's time for a break.
It is. When we get to the bottom of this round, we'll take a break. I think it's going to go with... It's got to keep trying. It needs to find that. That is its mission. Yeah, Barbara, make another wisdom save for
We believe in you, Burb.
Barbara, is you dead?
What?
I need...
I did just realize the saber, if I had hit with the saber, they had disadvantage on the grapple, but that's neither here nor there since they're grappled. Wisdom save.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
That's a 20.
Oh, nice. You were just you're getting close too. He again wastes his turn trying to cast a spell. He's getting a little annoyed, but he holds his ground in the doorway. We're going to round to Erebus. Erebus is going to swoop over. But there's Arcanox right there. Oh, I'm gonna roll odd or even. Even. Arcanox, you are entangled with Orlecto, or with the Storm Oni, as you see a shadow loom over you, and behind you is Erebus. And just as you remember him from your years together on the Crimson Inferno, he is a towering entity. It's odd because you were rather young when he left the ship. He was always bigger than you. But even now that you are fully matured, it seems like he is supernaturally large. The largest dragonborn that you have ever seen. There's a flicker of one part recognition, one part just a snarl. Yeah. Okay. So he's gonna go with 2 swings. Oh, and breath weapon. I need to. Okay. Sorry. That's gonna be that's a 32 for the first one, and then a 22. Is a 22 hit?
22 meets.
22 meets. Okay. So both of these are gonna hit. He is raging. He's gonna add a smite on it. So first, I need you to take 36 points. What type is he going to choose? He knows that you're going to be resistant to fire. He'll use a different one. He'll use a 2nd level slot for this.
Say 36 for the first one.
36 for the 2 swings, and then here's the dragon breath. Excuse me, the smite. He's going to do. I think he would try to do. You know what? I'll say he does poison. You're immune to poison damage. Are you immune to the poisoned condition?
Let me double check.
It should be under your damage resistances and immunities and stuff. I can also try to pull it up if you find it.
Yeah, I'm completely.
You are? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Fantastic. It makes no effect, and he wastes his smite. It does deal the extra. Well, no, because it deals poison damage. Yeah, so you fully get off free of that. And he sort of sneers, but he is going to do his dragon breath, knowing that you're now immune to poison. You watch, even though he is a black dragonborn and should be breathing acid, lightning crackles around his mouth, and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
18.
Oh, that is a failure.
Yeah.
You are going to take 28 plus 5, 33 points of lightning damage.
Okay, I do have resistance to lightning.
That is good to know. So instead of 33, you take 16.
Yeah, it's a lot better.
As he is really wailing on you. This is a figure that you were always a little cautious about, but this is something unlike anything you've experienced before. I need to check one thing. No, because it's a smite. He doesn't have to use a bonus action for that. He is going to use his bonus action. As he swirls about, his tail comes up and gets you. And I don't know if you see that image. It is like a mace at the end of it. It is a spiked club. I need you. Oh, that's pretty low. 21?
21 does not.
Woof. As the tail club comes around, you catch it with Douse and deflect it. But you are, for the first time in a long time, you're on your back foot. He is really pressing the advantage. Yeah. As we round to... Yeah, as we round to Davos the Dawnbringer. Devin, what does Davos do?
Oh boy, I was just wondering that myself. Is he within popping range at the... Oh yeah, because he smacked him, so he's got to be within 5 feet of him.
125 damage.
Well, the Odachi does have a range of 10, but Davos is within 5 feet.
God dang it, Bobby.
God dang it, Bobby.
Because I can't Misty Step and Guiding Bolt in the same turn. Does that sound correct?
Correct. They're both spells.
Yeah.
Oh, although, look at your weapon, your Bard's Dance Rapier. You can teleport to that, but I don't know if it takes a bonus action and action. I think it's a bonus action. So you could, in theory, move it a distance and then teleport to it.
Interesting.
also should have a
So it is each creature. So I might blind arc if I try to blind everybody with Light of Defender. That kind of sucks.
I mean, you could aim in this direction.
I want to get both of them though, which might be difficult without getting arc.
Oh, both of them, yes. Yeah, with arc in the middle, I think that is going to be impossible.
Yeah, no. I will do as you mentioned. He'll move the Bard's Dance Rapier kind of back here. And then he will blip to it. Like Alucard or some shit. Where's that at? 2 charges as a bonus action. Teleport as a bonus action. I will mark those 2 I can't mark those 2 charges, if you will. And then he's gonna Guiding Bolt after that. He'll Guiding Bolt the Oni.
Pop him.
You know, hold on. Give me 2 seconds to try to upcast this.
Oddly enough, I cannot mark those charges off either.
Sucks.
That's...
I'm going to upcast this, but then I'm going to slow down on his spell slots. 19?
What is this for? Oh, the Guiding Bolt?
Guiding Bolt on the Oni, yeah.
That does not hit.
Oh, no.
Does not hit, no. Also, when you teleport with the Bard's Dance Rapier, he does have to make a save against some fire damage. What's the save on that? It's a dex save. What's his spellcasting modifier? Excuse me, his spell save?
Make a dex save. Oh, it doesn't say. His spell is 18.
18. Dex save. He's got pretty good odds. Yeah, he's got that. So he's only going to take half of that. He's going to take... Is it 2d6? He's only going to take 1d6. Gotta have so many tabs open. Yeah. 2d6 thunder damage. Okay. I think he's actually immune to thunder. As a Storm Oni. He is immune to thunder, so... That was all for nothing. Never mind. Anything else for Davos? He uses action, bonus action. Does he want to move?
He's gonna stay there, I think. Well, he'll go this way a little bit just to keep from being too close to you on. Trying to just make a little bit of. Don't want to get close to this guy. Yeah, but he wants to space out.
Good call. As we round to Bergen, he appears in a burst of flame and 7th level guiding bolts. Vikura, what you got, homie?
Beautiful. I miss him. I'm gonna cast Crown of Stars. Do it.
Ooh, yeah, get it, baby.
Solid panic button.
Who specifically?
I launched it at the Oni.
A 21. 21 just misses. His AC is a 22.
Wow.
Okie doke.
That's rough. I'm sorry, buddy. As we round to the top of the round, we're going to take a break. We'll be back here in about 10 minutes. And join us for the continuing of our battle with the Oni, the Rakshasa, and Erebus, the Unassailable. We'll catch you in a minute.
Live.
And we're back. As we resume in combat, we go to the top of the round with Pandora, currently entangled with the Rakshasa below deck. Pandora, what do you choose to do?
Let's see. I really want to freaking hide and shoot. That's my bread and butter. But unfortunately, that's
Not move through that space, like to run away.
You technically no, you can't move through an enemy's creature space. You would have to move him out of the way. Granted, you are grappled to him. You could try to essentially shove him in a direction to clear the doorway, but it would be, I think, a strength check.
Is it a action to ungrapple?
You as the grappler can just drop the grapple whenever you want to.
Wait.
Okay, so
wait. If you have him grappled, you can literally drag him out the door and then just go.
Well, you would have to push him, so it'd be.
Well, I think grapple as written, she can move him. It's just half movement speed.
Oh, that is true. So this is a little funky because you guys are on the. You were on the bottom deck when you were foiled. So technically, there's the two ladders up because it's like a ship. There's not like full stairs. The only place there are stairs are on the top of the ship where it goes to the captain's wheel.
Hmm.
So I don't know if a ladder you would have to climb. I don't know if that would. Which
is also half movement speed.
So a quarter movement
I don't think
speed.
I don't think you could climb with him.
Bet. Use my plus 11 in athletics.
Damn, in athletics you have an 11? Jesus.
Yeah.
Just push him out the way.
You could move him out of the way to try to break through.
What check is it to push?
I think it's athletics, because it's like a grapple, isn't it?
Well, that's the thing. She's already grappled. If she were to try to move toward it, I think it would still be a contested check. Like, dragging, I could see as part of the grapple being fine, but having to push him through the doorway, we would say it would be an athletics check.
Probably that sweet grapple check.
Which, looking at your strength check, this guy is stronger than you, but you gather not by a whole hell of a lot.
Well, that's why I'm like, my athletics is really nice. That's why I'm like, I want to athletics this guy.
Yeah, I'll allow you, let's say as a bonus action, to try to shove him with your athletics check. That sound good?
Okay. That sounds good. Bonus action, let's go.
You've got to beat a 17. A 21! Fantastic.
Give him a little fucking headbutt shove.
Do you keep the grapple going, or do you fully release it to separate from him?
Release it so I can launch him as far as physically possible.
I like to think you two are almost entangled, claws to claws, your sword grabbing onto his other arm, and you pull back, release the tentacles, and just punch him in the face with the fucking hilt of the sword, or the guard. And he's stunned and goes back a bit. You have an opportunity to make it up further.
Yeah, we're gonna go up the ye old ladder.
Ye old ladder. Okay, so a shove attack is an attack.
Yep.
So I will say that's gonna take your action, but you would still have a bonus action.
Okay, well, I'm going to go up the stairs and poof.
Okay. Go up the stairs to hide. So you're on the bottom level now. Do you want to go? You could, with your movement, especially with your Zoomies ability, you could make it all the way up to the top deck if you wanted to. If you just want to go up one level and hide, you can do that. That's up to you.
Let me go up one level and hide, because then I can always go up. Well, I don't even know if I want to go on the top deck yet. There's a whole bunch of shit going down. I've got my hands full down here.
You hear a lot of thunderous activity going on. I don't have a map for the middle layer, so we're just going to say that up here, this area is the middle level.
Okay.
And then next to it, if you want to go all the way up, you can. As we described earlier, the mid-level is where the cannons are. It's where the captain's quarters are. So you have a couple of different places you can hide. If you want to make a bonus action hide, you're welcome to. 33.
Yeah, 33.
Fantastic. Excellent. I think that's the end of your turn, so we're going to round to the Oni. The Oni has already used its Cone of Cold. Does it have another big AoE? It do not. Oh, I do get to reroll for its Thunderous Stomp. That does not pop. It's going to go... Creature provokes an artificer. It's going to use its bonus action, funnily enough, to Shade Step. It's going to dissolve into the darkness to pop up right here between the three of you. That's its bonus action. And it's going to make 2 Odachi attacks. It's going to look at the three of you. Who is bloodied? Not
Davos.
a Goldbrand. Davos?
Close enough.
As you
Not
unlock
at
it.
it.
Is bloodied below half?
Yes.
Then
Sorry.
no.
And no? I think he's going to go for Davos then. He's going to make 2 Odachi attacks on Davos. That is a 26, which Davos is a high AC, but I don't think it's that high.
Mhm.
That is a 25. What's his AC?
23.
23. Both of those are going to hit. He takes 62 points of damage.
Oh, he's down.
Davos is down. As he slashes through and cuts through Davos, as Davos falls, he turns to face the two of you. And his attitude seems to shift not from going on the offensive, but from going on the defensive. He does not want you to get past him. With that, we round to Arcanox. What you got, homie?
In light of current events, I'm gonna
shit
put
going
my
on.
yeah right. I want to turn my attention to Herberus. Swing at him twice with those. 21 and 18.
The 21 hits. Where's his reaction?
Damn.
15 points.
Hold on.
Got one more swing or a breath weapon or something if you want to do that for your third attack.
Bam. Oh, there's that Hunter's Mark damage, by the way. I
Perfect.
forgot about that one.
Thank you for reminding me about that. You know, I think there was... Roll that one more time because I don't know if we did that last time you hit him.
Well, I think I did either. I forgot.
It's hard to keep up with shit like that.
Really has.
Bada-boom, bada-boom. All right. Third attack and or bonus action.
All right. For my third attack, I'm gonna do Old Reliable and hit him with a Fire Breath.
Yeah. Dexterity saving throw. His dex isn't terrible. We get to the right spot where I can see that. Oh, that's a 1. Yeah, that definitely fails. He's going to take the 16. His last breath weapon was a lightning. Sorry, I'm just trying to make notes for myself. 224. Oh, and I will say, as he does that lightning breath weapon attack, you see on his chest, there's those 5 gems that Gideon was talking about. A ruby, an emerald, a diamond, an obsidian, and a sapphire. And as he does his electric breath weapon, that all of them are glowing, but the area beneath the sapphire lights up like a blue dragon's mouth, with the sapphire rested within its jaws. It seems he is shifting through the elements. With that, you still have a bonus action.
Action. I think most of my bonus actions. You know what? I'm just gonna get him with a bonus action attack with Dredge.
Nice.
20.
A 20 meets.
Beautiful.
Get him. Fantastic.
18 altogether.
Fantastic. Excellent. As we round to Goldbrand, Arcanoct is flailing his chains about, trying to pin down Erebus. With that, Goldbrand, what do? You see Davos hit the ground. You see the Oni standing between you.
Top of the round, I would like to change my constellation to the Chalice constellation.
Ooh, okay.
And then...
Is that a bonus action?
No. That's just something at the start of my turn I get to do. And then I think dropping my rage is a free action too. But
Yes.
I'm not going to drop the rage yet. I am going to take however many steps back this is. 10 feet back.
Prompting an opportunity attack?
Yeah, do it.
Is that your intent?
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to use Ensnare. When a creature provokes an opportunity attack within range, the giant may use its reaction to force the target to make a DC 17 dexterity saving throw or have its movement reduced to 0. So roll a dexterity save.
Gross, 10.
Your movement speed is 0, and that's before you get out of the range. That's when you prompt the opportunity attack. Technically, though, it is a 10-foot weapon, so you are 5 feet away from him, for what that is worth.
Yeehaw. So
You also are going to... actually, the way I have it written, he doesn't actually attack with that. It's just when it provokes an opportunity attack, it may use the reaction. Yeah, because it uses the reaction to do that, so you don't take any damage.
So then I will drop my rage, and I will cast Mass Cure Wounds. 30 foot.
Yay!
Yeah.
You can get everybody above deck.
I can get everybody above deck?
Yeah,
That's
because
that's exactly what I'll do.
Yeah.
1 second.
Nah, get it, homie.
Sorry, I was getting ready to measure. Now I realize I don't have to measure. So, Mass Cure Wounds, cast. Everybody on deck, take 24 healing damage. Let's do...
Goldbrand
Healing
takes in
damage.
healing damage.
Whoops.
It's like Final Fantasy, like when you heal a zombie.
That's
Healing
Perfect.
damage.
I love it.
So all of you take that, and then I get to add another 2d6 plus something. Pardon, to an extra person because I healed. I'm gonna give that to Davos.
Good call.
Uh,
Oh, Devin.
what? Wait. I'll say Devin that way.
This is a mass heal wounds
Mass-
or a mass? Excuse me, mass cure
Mass
wounds or
cure
mass
wounds.
healing word?
Mass Cure Wounds.
I'm sorry. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 more seconds.
Fucker's gonna
Give me 2 more
counterspell me, and
seconds.
I'm gonna shit.
I am. I'm trying to decide if he wants to do it at that 5th level. You know what? For fate, I will not. He's going to use it at 3rd level. So he has to roll a 15 or higher on a charisma
Counterspell.
check. Counterspell is counterspell. Yes.
Z's have yous haven't none of that.
No, love that. We were talking about this a couple weeks ago because you counterspell to counterspell. Let's do a fun little thing. We're gonna roll a d20. If it rolls on a 1, we're gonna have something off the wild magic table. Let's see how that goes.
Nice. Oh man, make it bigger than that. Like it rolls a
Let's
5
make-
or lower. Make something crazy
How
happen.
about we do a 1d10? This way it's a 10% chance. That seem fair? Or do we want to go even lower? This is homebrew we're making up on the fly, so I'm down for negotiation.
I just think it would be funny if something crazy happened.
Okay, I'll tell you what, we'll do a d4. That's a 25% chance.
Ooh,
Okay.
spicy. Okay.
25% chance something on the wild magic table will happen.
It could be good. It could be bad.
That means 4 things on the wild magic table happen. No, okay. Counterspelling is counterspell. Erebus looks at you with a look of absolute just fury. Your healing goes through just fine. You give the extra healing to Davos. Did you roll that already?
I'm working on it. I'm trying to find it. It's not like a spell. It's not a... It's weird. Finding that stuff is word. 2d8 plus 5.
Mass
Oh, that's
Cure Wounds is an
bullshit.
action.
2 1s? That's bullshit.
That's rough. If it makes you feel any better, Erebus rolled 2 1s for his first 2 longsword attacks. I'll even... Oh, this will betray something. I think only one of you will get what it is, but... If that makes you feel any better.
Where'd you put it? That is... I don't think I can do anything with my bonus action this turn.
Okay. With that, we round to the Rakshasa. It has seen Pandora go up and disappear. It goes up, and it almost starts to start looking for you. but instead it casts a spell. I just want to make sure I get the phrasing of this right. Come on, load. Thank you. It's going to cast Detect Thoughts. Now, you can use Detect Thoughts to locate thinking creatures within your space. I'll even read that to make sure. You can also use...
No thoughts, head empty.
You can also use this spell to detect the presence of thinking creatures you can't see. When you cast this spell as your action during the duration, you can search for thoughts within 30 feet of you. You are within 30 feet of it. Even if you did go deeper in the cast, walk about and be within 30 feet of you. Here's the thing. The spell even says, questions verbally directed at the target naturally shape the course of its thoughts, so this spell is particularly effective as part of interrogation. He can read surface thoughts just as is. To probe deeper, he would have to have you make a check. But if he says, "Where's the box? What's in the box?" He asks you where the mask is, and it naturally comes to your mind. Now, I think that's a little cheap. So instead, I'm going to give you disadvantage on the wisdom save. Barbara, roll 2 wisdom saves. I think you have to double check what his spell save is. Okay.
See, I'm like, I still got 1 lucky point. So, yeah, I'm going to use my lucky.
I think, and Devin, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, so if you were to use a lucky point, normally it's to reroll 1. Because you have disadvantage, I think you still have to reroll at disadvantage.
Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna try anyway. Trying to hold one out for the team.
No, I get you. It's a very important thing to hold on to.
Damn.
Because if you were to reroll 1, whatever the lower value is, you would still... Like, on the first one, if it was 8 and 14, and she rerolled 1, she could reroll the 8, but then it would be whatever in 14. And 14 would still fail. So either way we ruled it, as you feel its presence invasively dig into your mind, and as he asks that question, you can't help but think of the safe. And instead of continuing for you, he rushes back down to the captain's quarters.
I thought the captain.
Did you get my message,
on
Joey?
my floor.
You went up 1 floor, which is where the captain's quarters. You're on the middle floor.
Yeah, middle floor.
Yeah.
Captain's quarters.
Yeah, now that you're both in the same level, because this area down here is supposed to be the captain's quarters.
Oh, okay.
At least for this graphic isn't 100% accurate. It's sort of just what I
So
can
it's
find.
going back downstairs to the captain's quarters?
No, so earlier you guys were on a level below, and we were treating this as like upper level, lower level, but this graphic is of the middle level. That's why it has a staircase down to the bottom and a staircase up to the top. So he's gonna rush to the captain's quarters. It was his action to cast the spell, but he lays eyes on the safe. There are 3 kobolds. Lock, shock, nope, not lock, shock, and barrel. Rock, gruck. There are 3 kobolds guarding the safe. Kobolds, unfortunately, do not have a whole hell of a lot of hit points. But we will get to that in just a second. We round to Erebus. Erebus on the deck. So many tabs. I think first... How do I want to do this? Panic amongst yourselves for a moment.
I ain't panicking yet. Get back to me in like a turn, though.
Erebus is gonna skirt you. He flies around you, almost like it's like his feet lift up and he glides. His wings don't even flap, and he skirts around you. Do one quick thing. You know what? He's gonna take a step away. Arcanox, if you want to use your reaction, you can make an opportunity attack against him.
I do want to do that.
Park says yes, please.
Whack him.
22.
Do that. That do be hitting. That do be bussin'. 16.
16. Wait, why did I do it? Stupid.
Oh, for the hunter's mark.
Yeah. The 16, 18.
Fantastic. I'll take that extra ping. Bada bing, bada bing. As he steps away, his amulet starts to glow, and almost like Super Saiyan style, when like the energy just starts pulsing off of him, a wave of red, a wave of gold, a wave of blue, these various colors, and suddenly he just bellows out, and a burst of energy ripples out from him. This is Destructive Wave, a 5th level spell. Each creature he chooses within 30 feet must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 5d6 thunder damage, as well as 5d6 necrotic damage, and be knocked prone. So I need all of our heroes on deck to roll a con save. 5d6, 5d6. You won. Let me double check his spell save.
30!
Fuck yeah, dude. Where's your spell save? Oh. All 3 of you pass, you lucky bastards. Because of that, and bravo with the fucking 30, dude. 36 halved would be, you each take 18 points of damage. None of you are knocked prone. I think I'm missing one. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, yeah, all 4 of you pass. No, you're good. Fantastic. That is his action. As a bonus action, he's going to make a vow of enmity. He is going to look at you, Arcanox, and just sneer with a look of such disdain. For 1 minute, he's going to have advantage on all of his attacks against you.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm going to mark something on you. We'll do this little skull of bones. Oh, I forgot he was raging. Okay, I'll worry about that later. With that, we round to Davos the Dawnbringer, freshly back from the dead. What's he got?
Not the dead, passing away.
Oh yeah, passing away. Passing out.
Man.
Don't worry, Davos. If you watch this later, if you die, I'm gonna bring you back to life with Animate Dead.
There we go.
So Gobran has reincarnate, which works for up to 10 days. So like
That's a whole new body.
Yeah, it's some scary shit. I don't like it, but I don't know if I want to skedaddle or if I want to be ballsy.
Why don't you grow up here, bitch? DM trying to goad you into doing stupid shit.
Yeah. Man, I need them to stay together. God, I wish we could cast more than one spell, I think. I will use bonus action to cast the Kajigger, which is Misty Step. It's 30 feet or 60 feet?
30 feet from Misty Step. And then he could walk 30 more if he wanted to.
Well, he's going to go all the way over here, as far away from him as he can.
He's going to nope the fuck out.
He is going to nope the fuck out, and he's probably going to skirt back this way. I don't really have an action I think I can do, because I can't. I mean, he will throw the Javelin of Storm King's Lightning at Erebus here. Let me see here. Range 30 feet? Oh, you might have to make this a disadvantage. He may not do this.
No, the Javelin should have a longer range than that. It's a ranged weapon, yeah.
Oh, it does do 120 feet if he does the thing and turns it into a lightning bolt. Can he do that without hitting Erebus or Goldbrand?
Let's find out together, shall we?
No.
Where is my... There it is.
It's 5 feet wide.
But you know...
Could he do it this way? Oh.
He could... Well, he has to throw it in a straight line, but he could move like 5 feet over. Oh, you want to hit both of them?
Yeah, can I?
He could pop like over here instead with this teleport. However, you do know from your previous experience that storm giants are unlikely to be phased by that. You could go from like right here and hit him and not anyone else. It's funny because even though, Young Volcano might have been in that line. However, he is technically on the crow's nest, so he's up in the air. And even if he has to move further over, And he would hit Tajin. Tajin is technically on the higher part of the deck, where the captain's wheel is. So you would not hit anybody else if you strike from there.
Well, I need Erebus to make a deck save as Davos turns it into a bolt of like golden lightning, Dark Soul style, lightning, sun spear, and just lets it rip.
Does a
About to say
19?
he's a true faith build.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Praise the sun, says Davos, and just lets this lightning bolt rip.
Does a 19 pass his dex or his spell save?
It does.
Okay, he's still gonna take half damage.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it to roll. Oh, that's gross. So 10 damage. That's gross.
10 is already halved.
Yes, sir.
As it strikes him, you see that the amulet on his chest still glowing blue. He does not take the full damage from that either. He's only going to take 5 from that. He is currently in his lightning state, quote unquote. He is resistant to lightning damage.
Okay. Just try and chip him down. Chip it in where it can.
Oh, absolutely, good call. As we round to Bergen Stonespire, we round to Vikura.
I think having seen that, I'm going to. Could I skirt him this direction? Can I get like right there?
I'm sorry,
Is that-
give me 1 second. I'm throwing some kobolds down. All right, what were we saying?
I'm just asking if I can move right there where I'm at. It's like sort of between the Oni and the banister, but I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, that's totally cool.
And then I am going to hurl a lightning bolt straight down the line between those two dudes.
Sure.
But obviously, having just seen what I've seen and having fought the Oni before, I'm not going to make it lightning.
There you go.
I think I'm actually going to make it. I wanted to make it almost like. I mean, you probably wouldn't allow this. I almost wanted to make it like air, like force damage. It's almost like just like a line cracks through the air.
I would allow that. Yeah, I almost picture it like combustion bending, like just a poof, it goes through and it's so incredibly that
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like
the
you can't
oxygen-
even see it. It's just like the air that comes off my hand just splits everything between it.
I would totally allow that. Yeah, roll some damage for me, homie.
Cool.
26 air damage. 18 dexterity save. Let me roll for Erebus. Oh, that's pretty low. That's a 16. I think he fails. Yes.
Mhm.
Let me roll for Storm Shogun. Dexterity save. He has almost a 30. That's a 28. So
Yes,
he's going to
he
take
does.
half. So that's 13. And then Erebus is going to take the full 26. Fantastic. Erebus is looking bloodied. So is the Storm Shogun. Anything else for your turn, my guy?
Yeah, real quick. So I rolled. What was the DC to not be frightened? What was the wisdom save on that?
I think it's an 18. Let me look at that.
Okay, I rolled that earlier. I rolled an 18, so I just wanted to make sure
Perfect.
I met that before I took it off.
Frightening aura. Yeah, DC 18.
Cool.
Mm.
God, I kind
And
of want to
Davos-
do damage. I kind of want to not be standing here by myself up against this giant dude.
Yeah. To be fair, Goldbrand is sorted there. Just for clarity's sake, I'm
Man.
going to move these two up here. Ooh, not Arcanox. My bad.
I hate to keep doing this to them, but I
Shade
don't
step?
know. I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm just gonna pop like over here. It doesn't necessarily help me purely, but it at least splits the party a little bit.
Oh, all a good call. You branch off as we go to the top of the round, and Pandora. You've just seen the Rakshasa sprint to where you know the vault is.
Right. Okay, but the rock. Okay, it's focused on that. Hold on. Let me look at something real quick. If I were to theoretically flip it and reverse it, does that 40 feet high go through? I would assume that goes through the ship, right?
Yes, but the floor of the ship is built to be walked on, so he would essentially just be walking on the ceiling. Like, it wouldn't cause him to burst through the ceiling.
Right. How high up is the ceiling? Can you reach the safe?
In a ship, I'm going to say the ceiling's about 10 feet. It probably should be a little less than that, but we'll say 10. and it would reverse the gravity, I think, for everything in that radius. So if the radius includes the safe, which for the purposes of this, we're going to say is this little table up here.
Yeah, but if I were to do it like over here and clip him to get him and not the safe, could he still reach the safe theoretically?
He could not. I mean, a safe is probably a few feet high. Regardless, he could walk out of the circle to get to it, but I think he would not be able to reach the ceiling.
Let's see. I'm trying to think about what I want to do. You know, I think so I want to keep him from opening that, but I don't really have a whole lot I can do in that. But he hasn't seen me, so I theoretically am still hitting.
Correct. I don't know if you have line of sight on him, so you might have to move to get closer.
Well, yeah, I can move and then shoot him, basically.
Yes. Yeah, his attention is divided. You had a 33. I would say you're still hidden, yes.
Yeah, alright, well let's try that. That's a 28 to hit. And I'm going to expend a charge.
Fantastic. Yeah, pop it.
Alright.
So that's 37, which is a chunk of damage.
And another 12.
Another 12. He is also bloodied now.
And then I'm going to shout at him, "Hey, you scurvy fella, I'm over here," and then poof back into the chasm.
Fantastic. As we round, why do you keep doing that?
For a 34 stealth.
Poof, she gone. That brings us back to the Oni. Feeling his wounds a little bit. Does anyone here speak Infernal?
I do. Yes.
Okay, fantastic. You hear the Oni say to Erebus in Infernal, "We need to get out of here. This was supposed to be a smash and grab. We haven't gotten the signal yet. What the fuck is he doing?" He says that. I think because Goldbrand... Oh, I'm going to roll to see if he gets his stomp back. That's a 5. Okay, so he gets his Thunder Stomp back. He is going to position himself... Is it a 20-foot radius? Within 20 feet of the Oni. Yes. Oh, you know what? He's going to get right up on the mast, and he's going to thunderous stomp, but we're going to flavor it. He grabs onto the mast with his hand, raises his head up like a judo kick, and smashes through the mast. This is his bonus action. I need all four of you, to make a DC 18 Constitution save. That's a failure. That's a pass. That's a pass. Another 30. Look at you, dude. You're tearing it up. Davos gets a 20. Why does he have a...
You know, I'm not sure. It keeps asking me...
Does he have Warcaster?
Oh, yes.
Oh, it's probably for
if he does, you have to hit cancel.
Yeah, so just the 16, Davos fails. Davos is going to take 22 points of thunder damage and be knocked prone. Everyone else is going to take 11 points of thunder damage. For his action, he's going to take that mast. He's going to use that, flavor-wise, it's still his Odachi attack, but he's going to use the mast to, like, stab at you like a spear. He's going to go with, Goldbrand. Davos is almost down. Yuan keeps running. Yuan just hit him with that attack. I think he's going to go for Yuan. He's pissed him off the most. You know what? He's going to make one at Yuan and one at Davos. He's going to try to knock some of you fuckers out. First one to Davos. Oh, that's pretty low. That's a 22.
No, sir.
Woo! Okay. This next one's to Yuan.
He said that's pretty low and rolled a 22. As if my AC was even close to that.
It's a plus 16, to be fair. It's pretty...
Jesus,
the Giants
have to roll a 1 or a 2?
Giants don't fuck around, dog. Alright, this one... Oh, this is one! Like, no shit! Oh, fuck, it rolled when I fucking rolled the thing, but he got a 1, so he doesn't hit
Okay.
either one of you.
I'll take it.
He does, in fact, he goes to, like, stab at Davos, and then he throws it at you. It actually pierces through the hull of the ship. Barbara's behind you. You see, like, this thing plow through the ceiling and out the side of the ship wall. With that, we round to Arcanox. Wait. Yeah, Arcanox. Oh, and I'm sorry, Gulpbrand, because you have a 10-foot reach, I think you would have gotten an opportunity attack if you want to take your reaction.
I am saving reaction. Oh.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah.
With that, we go to Arcanox.
Alright, yeah, I might have to move a little bit. Step forward on Herberus a little bit. I'm gonna swing twice with Douse. Ooh. 12 and a 20.
20 on... That meets Herberus. Erebus? Erebus.
Erebus.
So, Reeb. Fantastic. Another 6. Fantastic.
Okay, my third attack. Just for funsies, I'm gonna try to hit him with Bridger's more ability. I got 26 to hit.
Ooh, that do hit.
But he's
And
going to
refresh-
give me a strength save. It's I need a strength save, or he's grappled and restrained.
Fantastic. Erebus. Strength. He's pretty strong.
Yeah.
That's a 21.
Yeah, that succeeds. Yeah.
Sorry. It does still take damage, I think, from that.
Set it. Bam.
Fantastic.
Just
And another hunter's mark. Yeah. All right, my guy.
I think that's it. Because Hunter's Mark is concentration. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So.
Oh, that's a good point. Technically, you should have been rolling concentration checks. However, I do not remember who the last time he hit you and how much damage it did. So we'll let it slide this time, but I need to remember that for next time. Goldbrand,
That's
as we round to you, what you do?
I'm actually going to go out on a limb. Goldbrand, not knowing what they said in Infernal, is going to swap to his dragon form, which is what gives him the 20 feet of flying. He's going to lift up off the ground and go up, like, I guess 15-ish feet. I like to think he goes at an angle. He don't go straight up. He, like, almost backpedals in a way, except at a slant up in the air. And then he's going to cast Hold Person on Erebus.
Oh, very nice. Was that a wisdom save?
Yes, sir. Let me find it. Oh, that was his character sheet.
Wisdom, not his best stat.
Make sure here. I don't have to upcast it because that just lets me get more people, which doesn't help me.
Correct.
Right now. It is 18 they have to make. Did he roll? There it is.
I'll roll this above table. He only has a +2 to his wisdom. I am trying to think if he has anything that gives him advantage on this. He is Draconic Raging, but I think that's just strength checks. Let me see. Should have remembered that earlier, but that's okay. He does not. So for that, I'm going to roll this above board. He needs a 16. A 9. Erebus is Oh, but he has counter spells. There's no reason he wouldn't use it.
This is still it's been a turn since he used it last time or tried to use it last time.
He just went. He just went right before you, I think. Before our... Oh, no, excuse me. He goes after you. the counterspell, other counterspell, was not last turn, it was the turn before. Because last turn, Yuan threw the bolt and went the other way.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. Does that sound correct?
No, that is correct. I don't think that he used it the last round. I think it was the one prior.
Okay. Because it's Hold Person, he knows that's a powerful spell. Well, that's like a second level, isn't it? He actually, and I'll show you this just so you know, I'm not bullshitting. He actually knows Hold Person. So I know it's a second level spell, so he knows it's a second level spell, so he'll just use a regular counter spell. That's his last third level slot.
I'm gonna counterspell that because I did. If you said that out loud, I did hear him what they said, and I was actually planning on my turn to shout to the rest of the party that they're trying to flee and that we should try to capture one or hold them if we can. So it worked out pretty well that you planned on doing that.
So if you counterspell his counterspell, he is paralyzed. For that, he's already used his legendary resistance. Yeah, I don't think he has anything to get out of it. So he is paralyzed. Bonus action, Goldbrand?
Oh, sir.
No? Okay. With that, we roll to Erebus and the Rakshasa? Yeah, 14's Rakshasa. The Rakshasa has three annoying fuckers in here. They're between him and the safe. He technically doesn't need to kill them to get to the safe. But I would say that... Oh, in fact, I'll even give them... I have a Kobold stat block up. They're all going to make an attack on him. They don't have great attack. They only get a +4, so we'll see. That's a 2.
Should just go above deck and go get somebody.
That's a 15. That's a nat 20. Let me see what his AC is. The nat 20 hits. It's going to do double damage, or double the dice. So that's a whopping 6 damage to the Rakshasa. But in his current state, he's not happy about that. Try to decide if he wants to do this. He is going to make 2 attacks on the kobolds to thin them out. Well, no, because he knows Barbara's nailing him from behind, and she's doing a chunk of damage.
And I did holler at him. I was trying to agitate him.
You did. Oh, you know what? I know what he's going to do. He's going to swing twice at these kobolds. That's a 19 on the die. That's a 16 on the die. I don't know what Kobold AC is. Kobold AC is only 12. He does 9 damage with these. Kobolds only have 5 hit points. So he's going to take out 2 of those. And then he's actually going to skirt this one and sort of crouch in the corner to get out of your line of fire. With
So
that, so he thinks. Erebus is going to make 2 swings on Arcanox.
Hold person did.
Oh, he is Hold Person. What is the phrasing on that? He's paralyzed for 1 minute. He makes a save at the end of his turns.
I got you. See here. Hold on. Let me get to Goldbrand's sheet and I'll put it in chat where you can read it. I was Googling it like a dumb. Don't cast it again. Gosh dang it.
Yeah, make sure you gain the spell slot back.
For sure.
Paralyzed for the duration. At the end of each of its turns, target can make another wisdom saving throw. On a success, the spell ends on the target. Okay, so he is definitely paralyzed for this whole turn. Another d20. A 5. He is still paralyzed. And that's paralyzed, too. That's good to know. With that, we round to Davos.
Oh!
What's he get?
Oh, no. God, what I wouldn't give for Davos to be right there.
Oh, to nail on him melee-wise?
Does he have the movement? I mean, I think he's about 30 feet away.
He could, but he'd be in the danger zone.
Danger zone.
So here's what we're gonna do? Question mark. Let's find that out. See if he can move the 30 feet to get there. Oh God, he can.
I won't tell Brandon you killed his character. It's fine.
No, before I make that move, let me make sure he has a Misty Step left. Because I'm going to do something. I kind of think Brandon might do this too, but we'll find out. Misty Step. Once per short rest. And I've already used it.
Yes, keep in mind, he still has charges on the rapier.
Okay, so no, instead I'm going to backpedal to what I had planned originally. I like to think he's prone, still laying on the ground. Davos throws his hand up, and he's going to cast Light of Lathander on those two fuckers.
Can he reach both? What's the range on that?
It's a 30 feet count. 30 feet?
30 feet. Okay, yeah.
Let me find that again real fast. Light of Lathander. So they have to make a con save, please.
So Erebus does not automatically fail that because it's strength and dexterity checks.
Yes.
Erebus his con's pretty beefy. That's a 22. And then for Storm Shogun, his con's even worse. Or worse for you guys. That's a 27. So they both pass. They're going to take half damage. Neither one is blinded. Oh, the Storm Shogun is vulnerable to radiant damage. So instead of 21, it's going to take an extra time and a half. So it's going to take another 11. So it's going to take 32.
Did you do that for Golbrad's earlier? Question mark.
For Golbrand's
Radiant damage on his spear. On his javelin.
Oh, I don't think I did. You remember what damage that did?
It was around 20. I can look here in a second. We'll get back to it. I'll scroll while
I'll
y'all are...
throw an extra 10 on there. Thank you for reminding me.
Maybe it wasn't. The first one I found sucked.
Oh, wait, but he passed, so I don't need to do 32 damage. I'm sorry. So it would be 11. Half of that would be 17, so he's going to gain back. And then Erebus will take the 11 as well.
Towards 21 on that first little strike there.
Okay, perfect. On your javelin?
Yes, sir. On that.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. Anything else, my homie? That was your bonus action. Excuse me.
That was my bonus action. Can he send? Does it take the bonus action to send the Bard's Dance Rapier over there? Oh boy, let's find out.
No, it can move a certain. I think it's like 15 or 20 feet, like on its own when it makes an attack. Oh, but I think that is part of the bonus action.
It says the rapier can float and can be commanded by you on your turn to move up to 30 feet in any direction. So, but I can attack with it like it's my actual weapon, right?
Correct. So it doesn't say that it needs a bonus action to move, so you're good. But it can't be more than 50 feet.
Yes, sir. So I'm going to move it up to Erebus.
That's good.
Is this a melee attack?
This is an interesting point of order. I'm going to say no. Because it is technically a weapon that is attacking away from its wielder. I
do think I changed my. I do want to change my mind though. I want to hit the Oni just because Erebus can't hurt us right now, and I want to get the thing that can hurt us.
That's a good point. Swing to strike.
Do I get one or two? If not,
wait, you used your bonus action to attack with Light of Lathander.
Yes, sir.
So the way that the thing works, when you make a melee attack with another weapon, you may use your bonus action to attack with the rapier, because it's part of the two-weapon fighting thing. I don't think you can attack with that.
I can't attack with it twice as part of my attack action? That's not a... Even though it's 30 feet away from me?
I do not believe so. Because the way it's phrased, and a 1 and a 2, when you make a melee attack with another weapon, you may use your bonus action to also make an attack with the rapier.
I can't use it as a regular weapon? At all?
The way it's phrased, no. And
okay.
My initial response, I would be...
No,
I'll tell you what. Well, we'll make it... I'll tell you what, we're going to make it a roll. If it's odd, and I'll roll it in chat. If it's odd, I'll allow it. If it's even, I won't. Go fuck yourself. No, so unfortunately, no. Did you still have your action?
Yeah, it's okay. He'll use Guiding Bolt. We'll use a second level Guiding Bolt here.
I will remind you, he's at 5 hit points.
All right, fine. He'll do the thing to himself. He'll put hands on himself.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, take a second to remember what it is. He'll lay
hands on himself.
That's his favorite terrain.
he'll lay hands on himself.
All right. With that, I think that does Davos' turn, except for movement. If you want to, you are welcome to. Vikora, that brings it to you, my dude.
Cool. I'll do what I originally said I was gonna do, and I'll sort of look at them and say, I heard you were planning on leaving. I don't think that's going to happen here. And then I'm gonna cast a 4th level lightning bolt straight through those suckers.
4th level lightning bolt. Nice.
Uses-
Lightning
no.
damage?
No, not lightning damage. I'm actually gonna do the same thing I did earlier. I'm gonna sort of like
air
clap,
damage?
like focus that air straight through as force damage.
So Erebus automatically fails the dex save, so he's going to take the full damage of whatever you roll. The Oni can
So
still
roll
try to
one more
dodge it.
d6 on this. I rolled a 1, so 29 damage.
Oh, he rolled a 2. His dex, he does not pass. So that's 29 for both of them.
Mhm.
29. Math. 29. Ooh, they both looking hurt. Anything else, my guy?
Yeah, I'm gonna use a bonus action to see if I can hit the Oni with a moat. 23 hits.
Oh, it do.
Okay, this is radiant damage.
It is. 19 plus another 10, so that's gonna be 29. Okay. Ooh, they're hurting. All right. Anything else, my guy?
That's all I could do.
At the top of the round, that brings us to the. We're gonna let the kobolds go at the top of the round. He's gonna make a swing on the Rakshasa. That's a 12. I don't think he gets to add enough to that, but I will check. 12 plus 4 is 16, which meets. He's gonna do his damage there. Barbara, it is your turn.
Oh boy. Let me look. So he moved out of my direct line of sight, right?
Correct. He's hiding behind this wall over here on the right.
Well, I'm gonna move kind of, I guess, and do a really cool, like, little slide behind this table.
Okay.
Kinda do my little ninja assassin thing going, I guess. My Assassin's Creed bullshit.
Love it.
And we're gonna shoot him again.
Yeah,
With
up and
feeling.
dog.
With great prejudice. And I was looking to see if I still have another charge. I do. So let's hopefully. Oh, 16!
16. That meets.
Oh, well, you said that meant for the kobold, so I'm like, oh, let's go.
Yep.
Damage.
I'm gonna say because you had to move so much that you're not still hidden.
Boo.
Because his whole thing was getting out of your line of sight. You can't hide from them unless you know where he is. Yeah, I'm gonna say you don't get the sneak attack on him. Woof!
I'm gonna insult him again, too. Is he still standing?
Yes, but barely.
Okay, I'm gonna insult him again. I'm gonna tell him that his fur is mangy, and it looks like he hasn't bathed in weeks. And go hide again. Somewhere under, I guess, this
For some
clutter.
reason, I thought you were like doing a vicious mockery or something, and I'm like, I didn't know you knew this.
Dude, I need to know that spell.
He's gonna take 1 point of emotional damage. Emotional damage. As we round to the Oni. The Oni caught between a rock and a hard place, himself feeling pretty beat up, and Erebus paralyzed beside him. 1 second. Let me find his stat block. There we go. First, I'm gonna roll to see if he gets his Thundersnap back. He do not. But he would only be able to move. He could dash. Oh, this is tough. Yeah, he does know levitate. Let me look at something real quick. Yeah. Okay. So here's what I think is going to happen. The Oni is going to use his action. He grabs onto Erebus. As he is 2 sizes larger than Erebus, he does not have to make a check to lift him. He is going to throw him off the back of the ship. He is then going to use his Shadow Step as his bonus action to dissolve into the shadows and reappear within 50 feet. You guys do not see where he reappears. Using his movement, he still needs his friend. Let me check.
Question.
Does it have to be a spot where he appears?
So
not-
he didn't voluntarily move. Would Ark get opportunity attack or no?
Technically, no. No, it has to be a
I don't think
voluntary
so.
move. Erebus is thrown off the back of the ship. He's still paralyzed in the air. The Oni disappears. Does not have to be to a point where he sees. So you guys do not see where he reappears. I think that's all that you guys see that happens. So suddenly, your enemies disappear from atop the deck. As we round to Arcanox, you see Erebus, petrified, hurling through the air off the back of the ship. What do you choose to do?
I mean, Pat just tempted to let him fall.
It does seem odd, though, doesn't it? To throw your ally like that?
It really does. Shit.
What'd you do, Doc?
Let me measure some stuff real quick.
It's okay. If you want to think on it for a second, we could jump to Gully and then back to you since you're both in the same back-to-back initiative. But if you think you got it, then it is a good ways.
Yeah, good ways. You know, I'll let you go right now, Billy. Let me think about this.
What you got, Gully Brand?
How far is he from me? I can fly,
I'll
but
say
I
where he-
highly doubt.
I'll say where he is probably a pretty good estimation for right now. About 70 feet. That is not where the Storm Giant is, for the record, but that is where the Oni is. Or should meet that Erebus is.
He's still paralyzed. Oh, can I not upcast it? I guess I can. I'm probably gonna Guiding Bolt. It seems like the
Guiding Bolt Erebus? Okay.
yeah, it seems like the move. Can I only Guiding Bolt up to a certain level? Oh, I'm sorry. I
That's
must have
not
pressed
Guiding
the
Bolt.
wrong- Yeah, I must have pressed the wrong button.
Hey, good, Doc.
Gotta heal. You're
Here's-
welcome.
Yeah.
Here's-
Healing damage.
Here's the higher level one I was trying to do.
28?
38
Definitely hit.
radiant damage.
Ooh, that's a
Man.
spicy.
I wish I had hit the giant instead, but I feel like Erebus might have been the more important one there.
I will tell you, if you had the giant, you can't see, so you couldn't have hit him. But if that did hit the giant, that would have killed him with the extra damage from the vulnerability.
Goldrun's gonna stay there. Nah, he's gonna stay there, just try to keep his eyes open and make sure there's not any tomfoolery.
Fantastic. Arcanox, what you got, homie?
Okay, I'm gonna use my flying speed to get 40 feet up to the railing. Look over. It is not enough to get to Cerberus as I see him falling through the sky.
A rather ungraceful plummet.
Alright, like a fucking stone.
Oh, you know what? Since you're on the edge there, make a perception check for me.
Ooh. 13.
One quick thing. Okay. 13 you do not see.
Yeah, there's really no one in range. I don't have a whole lot of range.
I will say you do hear. You would hear her down there. But you've already made the perception check too. Yeah, it might be outside of your AoE. If you don't have anything, we will jump to Raksasha. But I will say one more time. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I know that you have. It's about 40
I guess
feet.
I'll just do movement. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be beyond the breath weapon and douse. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, buddy. We do round to the Raksasha, who is in critical condition. He double check this spell to make sure I'm going to do it right. Instantaneous.
And he's just been called a stinky poopy baby.
And he was dealt damage for that. Give me 1 second. Barbara, do you know? Oh.
Don't you dare gasp like that right after saying my name.
This is something that would be a great vindictive tactic for him to do, but as a DM, I don't want to cast you into the 9 hells without the rest of the party. I'm sorely tempted to, but no. He's gonna go over. He's gonna make a strength save, or excuse me, a strength check to try to pick up the vault. The vault is heavy. It's gonna be a DC 20. He needs to roll a 16 or higher. He has an 18. He grabs into the vault, gets it just off the ground, and then he is going to cast Plane Shift.
Gross.
Do you speak Infernal, Barb?
I do not.
He says something in Infernal.
Wish he cast me into the hells instead.
That's it. And thinking about it, I don't think he would, because then you would be able to finish him off in the hells, and then he would be dead forever. So in hindsight, not the best move. But as he says this, a circle of flame spirals from beneath his feet, and it broadens up, and he falls through this portal. And you get a glimpse inside, and you see an accursed landscape. Red stone, black flames, just a city on fire. Hundreds, thousands even, of devils of every shape, size, and make. And as he plummets through with the safe, as the circle begins to close, he casts Fly on himself. That would technically be his next action, but he would have the time to do so before he hit the ground. As you guys on the deck go looking for Erebus, still paralyzed. I'll let him roll for it, actually, because he still has one more chance. This is a DC 18, Devin, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
He only has a +2, so he has to roll a 16 or higher. That's a nat 20. No shit, I'm going to be very careful not to roll it this time. As he unfreezes and his wings unfurl, he looks up to all of you as your ship is still moving forward. And then he is going to whistle. And as he whistles, you see an enormous black dragon fly from underneath your ship, had been scouting almost beneath you. On its back is the Oni. Erebus flies to it. The dragon pivots and begins to head away. And he is going to cast, not Plane Shift. Actually, he will not cast anything. He will mount the dragon,
So that's
and then the drag. He will mount the dragon, and I believe the dragon is going to use its dash on its next turn. At this point, with the ship still moving forward, I don't think anybody has. Does anything? Well, some of you have things that'll reach 120 feet. If you have something that reaches 120 feet, you make one last ditch attack on these three figures as they exit.
Guiding bolt at him just for shits and giggles.
If you get the Oni, you might kill it.
What about Erebus? Can I hit him?
You could hit him. I don't think you could kill him.
I'll do it for shits and giggles.
Do
You're
it.
gonna hit the Oni. I'll also
Yeah.
target the Oni.
Yeah, for shits and
Oh
giggles.
yeah, double team.
I'm about to say this this
What
guiding
about
bolt from
me? I can shoot the portal down here.
One more time, Barbara.
I want to shoot the portal down here.
The portal. I mean, it
Shoot the
technically
portal.
opens and closes on a single turn. Let me look at it. I will. You two go ahead and roll for your hitsies. That does not hit an Oni.
That's sad.
the
Let's
only
see if I
good part
hit.
is that instead of throwing a comet, Goldbrand makes a bird, and the
Ah.
comet emits from his bird finger.
Oh, you meant a different kind of bird.
Is it 21 hit?
His AC is a 22.
That's what I thought.
Two final bursts of light scatter off into the darkness as this dragon pivots and then dashes away. I forget how fast dragons are, but we're talking minimum 180 feet, I think. Its fly speed is 80, so a dash would be 160. Yeah, at this point, they are beyond what you guys could catch up with. You all do not know where Pandora is. You have not seen her the entire fight.
It's pretty par for the course.
About this time, that's actually a good point. At this point, your allies have taken care of the various infernal enemies. I am gonna roll 2d10. On a 1, there will be a casualty. Actually, I'm gonna make it 3d10 because you've got a lot of people up here. That is a 1, a 1, and a 2. Make those out.
Wow.
So 2 casualties to determine who it is. 1, 2. Let me do it from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's exactly 10 NPCs up here. I'm starting at the top and working my way down. I'm going to roll 2 more d10. A 3 and an 8. 1, 2, 3. 3 is young Volcano. Vulcan. You turn over and see that he was... the Cambion slit his stomach open, and his intestines are now falling outside of him as he collapsed on the ground, lifeless. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Penelope, the Arcanist, the who was Tajine's first mate, is also dead on the ground. I will say that they are... Yeah, I was rolling for casualties. They are down. If you have a Revivify and you want to pop it and use the diamond, you can, but otherwise they are on forever. I'm not hearing anyone rush to that. And that's...
Yeah, I don't think I have anything.
Oh yeah, I don't know if anybody here knows Revivify.
Mm-mm.
Devin, if you're talking here, we can't hear you.
Yeah, Devos doesn't look like... It looks like he doesn't have it prepared. I think he can get it, but he doesn't have it prepared.
As the crew of the Western Wyvern begins to grieve and tend to their dead. Oh, shit, what am I doing? Okay, sorry. You guys haven't seen Pandora. You don't know why these two attacked your ship just to flee. They didn't seem to have a purpose. What do you guys do?
I'm running downstairs to check on Tabitha.
No, definitely.
You do find Tabitha downstairs. She was in the crew quarters when this happened. She was one of the, funnily enough, she was one of the sleeping crew members that was down there while other Tabitha and Barbara were talking. She is fine. On the way, you see Barbara, who is kind of scratched up, not bloodied, but you can tell she had a scrape herself. You also see 2 of the kobolds are dead on the ground as well. This was a bloody attack on your ship.
Look at the kobolds. Oh no. Anyway.
Hey, I got dinner plans.
Gross. They're humanoids, I think. They are.
Kobolds. You can eat them.
You're eating people, sort of. By the loosest possible definition, you're eating people.
I think Pandora's been hanging out with some Thrycreen or something. Ugh.
You guys come down and see Pandora scratched up. You see Tabitha's okay. It does not take you long to realize that the safe is missing. And there are even black scorch marks from where this flaming portal opened up on the floor.
Say Arcanox frustratingly flips the desk.
An appropriate response.
Damn, dude.
I think we will have a chance to reobtain the mask. Likely while someone is wearing it.
Does the safe have any safeguards on it? Buy us some time.
It's funny, I did give the Rakshasa an item that has knock. And honestly, I thought this was going to very much be a smash and a grab, but y'all put up a hell of a fucking fight. That was a very narrow escape. While the safe probably does, you gather it's not impenetrable.
They have to figure out her password for that thing, but they may already know it.
They do.
It's okay. We'll take it off of someone's corpse later, and I will enjoy it.
Good mindset to have, Dan.
Goldbrand would offer sometime later, perhaps privately to Ark, your fallen crew members. I can help them, even if it is tomorrow. Do not begin to clean up the bodies, but do not begin to dress them. They won't be quite the same, but it will be them's.
Yeah, with these kind of enemies, I can't exactly spare the men, so that would be appreciated.
Hang on to them, clean them up, stitch them up the best you can.
You guys finish the rest. The storm dissipates almost immediately after the enemies leave, and you gather that it was something magically conjured. The Storm Oni probably being the one to manifest it. You guys are a day away from Nightstone. It is the next morning. Do you choose to try to teleport or fly, or what is your course of action?
So we didn't get another rest. This is the same.
Yes, technically you got that rest right before you went and fought him. Otherwise, you still would have been a little tired from the. Well,
okay. No, I heard yes.
I didn't.
Wanted. Go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't choose to take teleport or anything, just because I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't know we were landing on. So
let's use the wind walk, because if I understand correctly, we go 60 miles an hour. There's no way that we're thousands of miles from something, right? From where we're trying to get.
60 miles an hour? Move 300 feet a second?
Yeah. Because earlier the math came out to literally a mile a minute, 54 seconds. To make it a mile.
Hang on. So 300 feet times 10 would be 3,000 feet. So it's 1 mile. You're moving 1 mile in a minute. So yeah,
so I'm saying a mile a minute, 60 miles.
Damn,
Yeah, 60 miles an hour. It's fast as fuck, and it lasts for 8 hours.
Oh, nice.
That's still faster than the ship, I would think. So maybe we can use it to get to those caverns quickly. We can even use it to navigate the caverns quickly, but we're kind of vulnerable while we're fast like that.
Oh, are we all fast like that? Like, did you impact the ship or did you impact us?
It goes the whole party.
Up to 10
Yeah,
people.
Oh.
You know in Harry Potter, Order of the Phoenix, where they all turn into like mist and fly around the Order of the Phoenix, the Death Eaters and stuff? It's that. We're all going to turn into mist and go whoosh.
That sounds kind of neat. Scary kind of way.
Do you choose to can you do that and reincarnate?
I have to rest to get reincarnate to help them.
So are you that same night casting that spell and heading out.
Oh, like
You have to make a, because it's technically
That's a-
you guys just
that's-
finished a rest, so you
that's-
have to wait
yeah.
16 some odd hours.
yeah. I still have Windwalk. I just don't have Reincarnate. So if we're gonna do that, we will have to wait.
That's up to you.
Yeah, I must say it's kind of up to Ark, kind of up to y'all. I have up to 10 days. If we can get back to them before 10 days, Goldbrand can still do that, assuming we have the time for him to rest and take that spell.
You do know that you're going to the Underdark. You know it's going to be a couple of days down there. You're looking at least 3 to 5 days of known travel. That's still possible.
Yeah. I would say that if you unload the bodies at Nightstone, though, I could always, after we handle business, hopefully take Teleportation Circle to get us back faster.
In theory, if you leave the city of Skullport, even if you're in the tunnels, you should be able to teleport back without issue. Because you have
Right.
been to Nightstone, it has a circle, you know
Well,
the circle. Yeah.
Yeah, and because the Teleportation Circle's sort of, I mean, I'm not going to take Teleport. I would just do the circle, cast it traditionally so we could hop through instead.
That's safer too.
Yeah.
Isn't teleport safe as long as you go into a circle?
It is, as long as you're going to a known circle.
It's also a higher
Because
level spell, though, I think.
Yeah, and that's the main thing. It's 7th level versus 5th. But it sure doesn't matter if we're
Yeah.
just traveling back. But
Yeah. But in a pinch, it can get us out of a really bad spot.
yeah, that's why I kind
think-
of was thinking I almost wish I would have taken it. But then I was like, maybe they'll destroy the ship in the sky. We'll lose the mask anyway. I was like, I don't want to do that.
There was a brief moment where the Oni was considering that. Like, they're not going down quick enough. We need to fucking just take the whole ship down and pick it up from the rubble. Luckily, y'all are giving him enough run for his money. I also, you guys did great. I forgot that Erebus, as Draconic Rage, has resistance to all damage except psychic damage. So he would not have been as close to death. The other two would have been pretty fun. But, say la vie. We're going to do one more thing before we go. As we, oh, I'm sorry. Are we ghost walking GTFO straight to Nightstone in an hour?
If we can, if it's if it goes from being a day to Nightstone to being an hour or two to Nightstone, Goldbrand will cast Windwalk so that we can start moving along.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you this, Devin. That is going to change the course of
So many things. You know how fast we can move consistently? It's fucked up.
Well,
It's 8 hours. Think about how far you can travel in a day. Like,
well, it does get complicated with the tunnels because I don't think you can emit light. I don't think you can see. I don't know if you can go through things. Like, it does get tricky with subterranean travel. But yes, it is meant to be able to get from A to B really fucking quick. So it would have taken you guys 4 days. Certain things were going to happen on those days. You have now dropped it to 3 days. You have prevented something bad that was going to happen. You guys all turn misty and clear. You go ghost, referring to make a Danny Phantom reference. As you guys do that, where the fuck is Nightstone? Here we go. Where?
I got scared for a second because he's like, "Where's Nightstone?" And I'm like, "Uh-oh." Nightstone gone.
You guys return to Nightstone. And it has grown quite a bit since you guys have left it. When you left... One second. There we go. Yeah, that's Nightstone enough. When you guys had left here 7 years ago, the city was raised up and floating. And it had grown a bit. But now, the entire area around the city has become its own development. There are probably 40 or 50 structures on the ground surrounding the city that are not included in what is in the wall. It has grown exponentially. But there's somebody waiting here for you. As you guys touch down, you find Bergen Stonespur.
Hey, it's Bergen.
Let me drop a token of our favorite Healy boy. You guys actually float down ghostly. You don't even, so you guys sort of appear in Nightstone, and it takes you a minute to turn back to physical form. And at first, people are kind of freaked out because ghosts exist in this world, so they think you're some kind of spectral undead enemy. But after a moment, they realize who you are, and people start coming out and greeting you warmly and welcoming you back to your city. And before too long, walking out of the Temple of Lathander is Bergen. Bergen greets you guys warmly. Ember on his shoulder, standing about the size of between a hawk and an eagle. And he says, "I'm glad you guys made it so quickly. I actually, I hope, or excuse me, he doesn't know you're coming. I'm glad you guys are here. It's actually perfect timing. I have something that I wanted to provide for you. I know I can't go with you everywhere, but I think this will help. Can I have your rings? And each of you, as a Lord of Nightstone, has a phoenix ring, emblem of the city. All of them are either silver or gold or a mixture of both, and have a unique gemstone, to where all 9 of the rings are unique. He rolls out a scroll that has the same rune 5 different times. And if you guys are willing, he takes each of your rings, places it on each of the runes, and one by one, he activates the rune as if he was casting a spell scroll. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. And he hands these all back to you. I want all of you to add to your inventory, I'll do this for Davos as well, the Nightstone Signet Ring. He explains to you guys, so I feel kind of selfish. I'm having Ember with me, and I'm not really in the thick of it like you guys are. So I've found a way to, let's say, make him share him a little bit. Essentially, with this, you can summon Ember to your side and utilize him in combat. If you guys go to your extras tab, you will see that there is a stat block for Ember. You guys can use a bonus action to give him a command. And while he can do certain attack things, he can cast things like Greater Restoration, Revivify, Mass Healing Word, Healing Spirit. He has some healing capability to help you guys out. Just as before, he is his own entity. So if he is destroyed, he reverts back to his egg, and he will, when he is hatched again, be a chick and not a full-grown phoenix. So he will not have all these perks. So if you keep him alive, you get to enjoy all the perks of him being this old. But if he dies, he goes back to little baby Ember. Bergen wanted you guys to be able to have your old friend help you out. Even if the best healer in Faerun can't be there, the best phoenix in Faerun can be there. This does have a couple of other minor perks, the ring, I mean. But I think that is the important part, anyway. With that, the people of Nightstone quickly rally to get you rations once you tell them that you're going on a dangerous expedition. You guys are loaded up. The apothecary is going to give you guys 3 more, we'll say 1 greater and 2 regular healing potions. Somebody will add that to your inventory.
Plus 1 greater and a regular?
1
Plus
greater,
2
2 regular. Yeah. And unless you guys have anything else you want to do in town, I think we're gonna.
Pandora's gonna drink all the rum from the tavern.
Yeah. Morak is dead. That's right. Akik, the satyr that you rescued from the Grand Dame, has a line of new drinks that he's happy to pour for you and provide. He also has a new batch of Bald Bear Moonshine. Excuse me, not firewater. What did you call it?
Forest water.
Forest water. He is very happy to provide. This one is raspberry and boysenberry. It's a rather beautiful blend. I think you'll enjoy it. It's got a little bit of a bitterness that I think your old self would like, Everyone is happy to see you. Daphne greets you all warmly. All the shopkeepers, all these people, and many people who have moved here since you guys have sort of left and are sort of marveled at these legendary heroes who are just stopping in for,
Yeah, I would like to I would like to flavor our wind walk as constellations. Everyone, you get a constellation, and you get a constellation, and we all just.
I like that. That's very cool.
We're not constellation-y anymore since we reverted out of it, but
Yeah. Well, and you can
landed.
still go back into it is the cool thing.
Yes.
But
yes,
I don't think
yes.
that would give you illumination, which might be an issue. We'll burn that bridge next week.
Goldbrand does refill his flask, his mead horn full of liquor, or his mead pouch full of liquor.
Yeah. You had an ever-flowing keg at one point. You still have that, or that's here.
Yeah.
I forget.
Oh, y'all.
I don't remember
Either
giving
way,
it
y'all
away.
have free drinks. With that, we're going to go ahead and call an end to our session. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm excited to get down into the Underdark next week. Thank you very much, and see you next time.